big checks.
With the front office could hamstring him a little bit and say, look, man, we don't want you touching what's left of this farm system to add to a team that might not make the playoffs and a team that you might not be involved with in the future.
From the past of seeing what AJ Preller has done and what he's been allowed to do, I do think they allow him to add pieces to this team.
Now, here are the guys.
Woo! Here we go on a Tuesday. Big Rich, CD, and Fletch at San Diego Sports 760. Rich Ornberger out for the week. He will be back next Monday as Fletch and I hold down the fort here at the iHeart San Diego studios as I tried to log back into my computer because it shut down seconds before we got on the air. And Fletch, as you were doing your update, you were talking about the home run derby. You're talking about who won the home run derby. And then you made a noise. And that noise was a spitting noise. You hawk-tooed on that?
Yeah, it was a Dodger.
You hawk-tooed?
No, hawk-too is a positive thing that should be embraced by all. What I did
was my complaint.
So this is going to be really off track. But when I was growing up, my brother lived in Canada, right?
Okay.
When my brother lived in Canada, he played with this guy, Nico. Nico was 7'2". He was massive, but he was a Serbian guy. And so he actually didn't go home for Christmas. He came and spent Christmas with my family in Merced, California. Now, Nico, when he was upset, didn't matter how much upset he would spit.
Okay.
And so if he was on the court and he got a foul called against him, spit. If he was at home and someone said something he didn't like, spit. So Teoscar Hernandez's name popped into my mouth, and he was a Dodger. And I mentioned that he was the first Dodger to ever win a home run derby, and I got upset.
You hawk-tooed it.
So I spit.
Yes, you spit. And look, we get it. It was a little bit disappointing to see it happen, but the home run derby last night, it's done. It's in the books. And yeah, Teoscar Hernandez, the first Dodger ever to win the thing, wins it. Got himself it was $1 million, right? That was the final payout on this.
I mean, that would be way more than enough to be able to allow us to stream on X again. I could probably just pay the $11 a month, but something about the principle of the matter makes me upset.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing because I thought about that last night of, I'll just sign up for the thing. But I'm like, God, they win.
Yeah,
they win.
And like, what does Elon actually need my $11 a month for?
Well, to donate to a super PAC.
Speaking of, and this is not political at all.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Kill Tony, the podcast?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So it's in Austin, Texas. There's always Tony Hinchcliffe is the guy at the stage who killed during the roast of Tom Brady.
Okay.
And so he's sitting at the stage, and then they welcome on guest comedians. They welcome on brand new comedians. They pull names out of a hat. It's like an open mic. You get a minute, whatever. That's like the format of the show. Yesterday or the day before, they brought out Shane Gillis as President Trump, and they brought out I can't remember the guy's name, but somebody as Joe Biden.
Okay.
And those two guys killed.
Nice.
Like, they were perfect.
Nice.
And it is the funniest thing I've seen. I watched all 2.5 hours last night sitting in bed after the home run derby. So this was the late night for Benny Boy, but it was maybe the funniest television YouTube event I've seen in a long time.
Well, buckle up for more of that because we got 3 months and about 3 weeks of major political push here.
Highly recommend.
What?
Highly recommend. If you're just looking to laugh, because they really do take politics out of it, and it's just funny. It's just hilarious.
Wow. I mean, I'm in. I'm all about that. I love that stuff. I think it's a good time. As long as we can laugh at each other, I am in on pretty much anything. You poke fun at me, let's poke fun at everyone, poke fun at the obvious, be serious when we have to be serious, otherwise smile and laugh.
Remember when your neck was like a tire?
Yeah. And you guys brought it up a lot. So self-esteem was not real high.
Hey, but you met Wayne and Chloe at sdfatloss.com.
That's right.
Your neck is like a bicycle.
That's right. I laugh at the different endorsements that we have here, the different partners we work with, because it's sdfatloss.com and Rich has bad feet and he's got a bad back, he's got bad teeth. I've got particlemen.com because your eye bags are so awful. Use this face cream and have your listeners go and use code TD25 at particlemen.com. Look, it works. It works.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Thank you. I feel fantastic.
You think about what I got. like golf stuff.
You got golf. You're
Prize Picks.
you are a golfer. You're a gambler, and you are super fat.
By the way, one big on Prize Picks last night. Home run derby, easy money.
What? Okay, so you were going more or less on home run derby.
Take the less.
What? Oh, every time.
Pretty much every time. And the only time I didn't have success was in the first round. From the first round on, I won $160.
Well, because first round, the two favorites are out.
Yeah. So I got screwed in the first round.
So the guy with the coolest name there, Gunnar Henderson, doesn't make it past the first round. What, he hit 11?
Yeah, he was weak. And then
Yeah.
Pete Alonso did nothing.
I
think he had like 7 home runs.
Was that
I
all
think
it was?
he ended up to 12 with the bonus
12,
round.
12, yeah.
But like Pete Alonso, who has dominated this event and has been very cocky about it and like treats it like its own thing, like does separate training just for the home run derby, comes out with a dud.
Yeah. Some of them, and I guess it depends on whoever is there hitting, but I thought the pitches were so slow. It's hard to get velocity off of it. Why don't we put a little speed on the thing? That was my thought. But look, these guys are the ones hitting, and out in batting practice, they know exactly how to launch this thing. But that was just my take. It was also 3 hours long, or nearly 3 hours, which this I came in, I said to you, I went, yeah, I like the amount of pitches. It just seems like it takes a long time. And you disagreed slightly, but then threw out an option that I thought should work. You just have Creed come out and play during every timeout.
So that was the issue. I think it would have been shorter had there not been so many timeouts and not so much time between each batter. Like
Right.
Alec Boehm was the first guy to hit, right?
Yeah.
The Phillies third baseman, shortstop. He's kind of utility man, but Alec Boehm was the first dude to hit. It was an hour and 45 minutes until his second round began.
Yeah.
Because he was the first guy and then the last guy in the second round. So that's like kind of unacceptable because you think, well, what does that do to your body? I mean, that might let you tighten up a little bit. But regardless of that, what if during every timeout, either the ones they take or the ones between batters, Creed is just already set up behind home plate? Then the second the hand goes up for the timeout, or that guy with the goofy headset on that's like calling all the shots on the field,
Yeah.
the second they go to any sort of break in the action, and instead of going to the ESPN desk where all those guys are just filling time, like that's a tough job to call the home run derby because there's really not that much going on.
No.
So instead of going to the ESPN desk, you just go right behind home plate for "Can you take me higher?"
As soon as they call timeout, you hear the drummer count off, clicking sticks. They're going into it. Look, I'm in on that big time. But I just thought you have 8 guys in a home run derby, and that took longer than a regular season game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'm like, he could have moved it along. Look, part of the fun are the kids out in the outfield. They're catching the balls that aren't home runs. I thought it was kind of crazy they let them back because remember last took one right off the dome.
Yeah, and every time I see the home run derby, like first and foremost, I think, oh my god, those kids are going to catch a line drive straight to the face.
That's what
it's
going
to kill one of them.
Yeah.
But my second thought is, especially with guys like Jose Ramirez in his first round, he was hitting home runs so consistently to the same part of the outfield.
Yeah.
That I'm like, if you are trying to focus on catching one, that next one's coming.
It's coming.
And what if he's just like in the right rhythm to where he's hitting it to the same spot every time, which he kind of was.
Yeah.
He hit it to the same row 3 or 4 times in a row. What if you're just focused on catching the first one and the second one is coming at you? And like you're so happy that you caught the first one, you're like cheering, looking at your friends, and then bam.
Yeah, I was waiting for that too. I was waiting for the exact same thing.
I don't want to say I was rooting for it to happen.
I know you can't say it, but you can think it.
Okay, because I was.
Yeah, it was fun. Me higher. It was a pretty fun watch. It just seemed lengthy. Yeah. Did you like the non-bracket style in the first round?
I actually did. I actually think that worked. I think the new format worked to where even though like the guys you wanted to see later, or I don't even know if I wanted to see Pete Alonso, but it would have made it more entertaining later. He got knocked out early. Gunnar Henderson, who we definitely wanted to see later, he was our pick to win. Getting knocked out in the first round kind of sucked also.
Yeah, I agree. I think it worked. It was non-bracket, the first 8 batters, first round of it. Whoever had the highest amount of home runs moved on to a bracket style if you missed it. And look, it came down to the end. It was nearly a hit off. I mean, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Alec Boehm and Bobby Witt Jr. both had chances to beat Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah.
And neither of them capitalized.
No. And it came down literally to a final pitch.
$1 million
And,
bucks.
oh, God, $1 million, man.
Imagine you're Bobby Witt Jr. or Alec Boehm's significant other right now. Being like,
you don't want to go home.
You had one more home run to hit.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it. You couldn't hit a meat pitch.
Now Mrs. Hernandez is getting her Gucci bag. What do I get? Alec.
Right. Was Alec Boehm? I think it was Alec Boehm. His final pitch, I don't know why he just didn't let go. The one that he swung at, it was high and inside. It was a bizarre. Like, it didn't look comfortable for him. It was almost like he had in his head, no matter what, I'm swinging at this one.
It ended up hitting like 3 feet off the bottom of the fence. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that
imagine what's going through his head right now.
Right. I mean, it was literally 3 feet difference, and that thing's tied up.
Now, we already got a comment on the YouTube pointing out exactly where we're going next.
Where are we going next?
From Paris. Was Ingrid Andress drunk?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if you caught the start of the home run derby, then you heard the rendition of the national anthem by Ingrid Andress, who, do you know who this person is?
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her
either. She's been nominated for Grammys.
Yeah. Yes. She's been nominated for Grammys. I mean, I read that as well, but I don't know her. And I guess, I mean, there's a number of people who've been nominated for Grammys. She, a female singer, artistic singer, came out and sang the national anthem, and it wasn't great. Sounded like this. It's okay so far. Wait for it. Here we go. This isn't even the worst part. Alec Boehm, by the way, laughing in the outfield. Ooh. Bring it home, Ingrid. They cheered.
It has to be a joke, right?
I don't know. Do you think it was nerves? Do you think it was she was trying to be funny? Do you think it was some sort of show of disrespect? Or was it just she sucked? I mean, all could seem plausible.
I mean, I was laughing my ass off sitting on the couch, which that's not a spot you want to be in, by the way. Laughing at the national anthem. Like,
right.
I don't know about you, TD, but like my grandfather served in the military and he did teach us from a very young age. Like the one time you're not allowed to be a kid running around like crazy doing stupid stuff is when the national anthem is played.
You're right.
You turn, you look at the flag, you put your hand on your heart.
Yeah. Take your hat off. Stand up.
Laughing my ass off on the couch last night watching this because it was just so absurd.
Well, it just seemed like a joke.
Now, it's not the first time we've seen something like this.
No, it's not. It's not. Now, critics are calling this one of the worst renditions ever of the national anthem, if not the worst. However, we have some other contenders.
So Fergie at the NBA All-Star game,
right?
This was 5 or 6 years ago, with Steph Curry, LeBron, all the stars are out at the NBA All-Star game. Fergie, one of your favorites.
One of my favorites, Fergie Ferg.
Also, excellent singing voice. Like we know, and Grammy winner. Like,
listen, she's got that MILF money. Okay.
She is Fergalicious.
She said so.
But Fergie also butchered the national anthem and had every NBA player laughing.
Golly.
Steph Curry was laughing through the whole
my
thing.
God, it was so bad, Ferg. Also, Roseanne Barr. Do you remember that one?
I don't.
Look up Roseanne Barr. This had to be when you were a small child. You know what? Maybe it was before you were born.
1990.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Take it. Yeah, I don't.
She was trying to be bad though.
She was trying to be bad. She was trying to be bad. Fergie Ferg was doing too much. Ingress, I don't know. I don't know what that was. Again, I think that was supposed to be artistic. That's what my gut would say.
Artistic how?
Like she was trying to do runs and I don't know, have her voice go up and down and
Yeah, but it was bad.
It was really bad. It was really bad. Who sings the national anthem tonight?
Hopefully someone we know.
Yeah, I know. National Anthem All-Star
So
Game.
I'll be honest, like the best national anthem I've ever seen done live was I was at a Christmas Eve game up in San Francisco, 49ers, Jacksonville Jaguars. It was actually Jimmy Garoppolo's first start. And I know that you're going to laugh at this, but this was the best national anthem I ever saw. And it was actually somebody who literally just got out of Iraq. Like he had just gotten back. And it was like an emotional moment on the field beforehand. Like his family all came out to hug him. And then he got on the mic and he killed. Like
I love it.
Emotions aside, it was perfect pitch the entire way through. And he had this powerful, deep voice. And it was just incredible. The entire stadium was in tears. Why not do that, Major League Baseball?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah, without
think about the moments in our country over the last, I don't know, 48, 72 hours. Like you probably could have had a military member out there.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been fantastic. I agree. You could have had somebody playing a trumpet. You could have had somebody, whatever. I mean, there's so many things that would be absolutely phenomenal. But when you have these singers out, which look, Whitney Houston set the bar.
Mm-hmm.
She set the bar. She set this massive bar so high that I don't know if it'll ever be reached singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. So when you bring out these superstar singers, I think that they try to put their own flavor to it to live up to the Whitney Houston.
Yeah, you ain't Whitney Houston.
No. It didn't happen. Somebody wrote on Twitter, is this national anthem being sung in cursive?
That's kind of what it sounds
Yeah,
like. And that is a trend that people are doing. However, it's not good.
The trend of singing in cursive?
No, that national anthem. Like I've heard cursive be done okay. In fact, we had somebody here in one of our lounge things, and I'm going to forget her name, but she did it. And I actually thought it was pretty incredible. But this was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jamar on Twitter says Carl Lewis holds the crown for worst national anthem. Do you know this
Lewis.
one?
I don't know this one. Let's Google Carl Lewis and see where it ranks. Roseanne Barr probably has the worst one, but it was on purpose. You want to shout? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Did you jump forward in that, or was it cut up, or did you just forget the? Oh, okay.
It was like some news story about.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I was like, he just forgot the words.
How would you do?
How would I do it?
I actually think you would do pretty good.
I could probably muddle through it better than Ingress. Yeah, I would do better. My
sister used to do the national anthem at our basketball games.
Really?
And she was really good.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think you standing out in the middle of a stadium trying to just sing by yourself in a cappella would be terrifying. Acapella?
Yeah.
Acapello? Oh, you know what that sound means. Yeah, it's time to take a quick halfie. What do you got for us, Fletch?
You never seen Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Come on, bitches. Acapella. Starting off in Major League Baseball, Teoscar Hernandez becomes the first Dodger to win the home run derby. Kind of surprising he's the first Dodger. He did outlast Bobby Witt Jr. in the final. All-Star break festivities will continue tonight with the All-Star game. Jurickson Profar, the only starting Padre. He's going to be in left field for the National League. In golf, the Open Championship at Royal Troon in Scotland tees off this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, and the Bagpipes are the favorites as the field heads into the final major of the year. And coming up this Thursday, kind of cool event, TD. I don't know if you've heard about this yet. At Novo Mission Valley. So Novo, Brazil. Remember the one in...
Oh, we were down in Otay.
Right. Otay Ranch, that big mall down there. That's where we were for a lot of the Final Four Aztecs team. Like, we were there doing pregames and stuff. So they've partnered with the Aztecs football team. They're going to be hosting a free event to the public to show up and celebrate the launch of College Football 25.
Sweet.
Which we did get to see yesterday, some of the first video of the walkout at Snapdragon Stadium on EA College Football 2025. Badass.
Was it rad?
Incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm probably going to buy a PS5 today. Just throwing that out there.
Wait, so at Novo Mission Valley, can you play the thing on those gigantic 100-foot screens?
I would assume the thing will be played on those gigantic 100-foot screens. I don't know if, like, the general public can. I think there's going to be a few Aztecs football players out there who have done different NIL deals with Novo, and head coach Sean Lewis expected to be there as well.
Have you ever seen that movie theaters will rent it out and you can sit there and play? Have you ever done it?
We went to a movie rented out during COVID, and it was really cool. Like, it was just me, my wife, my sister-in-law, her son, her husband, and it was great. You had the whole movie theater to yourself. But no, never to do video games. I would like to do that.
Yeah, I think I'd want to do it as well. I've seen it or seen people go do it, but I've never sat in a movie theater while it happened. We should do that.
Listeners.
Okay. We should have a tournament.
We should have a Super Smash Bros. Tournament.
Why not NCAA football?
That would be cool too.
I mean, what you would bring your PS5.
Okay. I'm probably going to buy today.
You're probably going to buy today. We'll bring listeners, and then we'll go out to a movie theater and have a little tournament, as Rich Ornberger would say.
This is a good idea.
This is what you call show prep, people. This is what you call show prep.
It's also
here.
like we should do this in our meeting later today, like with people who can make this happen.
Oh,
but I would rather just do it on the air.
The meeting was canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there was, but maybe next week.
Coincidence? I think not.
What's that?
Rich wasn't here like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Meeting got canceled.
Right.
Rich isn't here today. Meeting got canceled.
Right.
We don't matter, TD.
Right. So here's the litmus test. I will be out next week.
Meeting's gonna happen.
Let's see if there's a meeting, because I won't be here.
And then I will be out the following week.
And then we'll see if there's a meeting.
Meeting's gonna happen.
Yeah. So, but no Rich, no meeting necessary. Rich out on vacation for the next 4 days, 3.5 days at this point. And we're rolling through it. But he'll be back with us. So just Fletch and TD hanging out with you here on San Diego Sports 760. Do we have all of this we're giving away today?
The prize vault is open.
The prize vault
one
is
per
open.
hour.
Okay, hold on. We have a pair of tickets to go to the Outlaw Music Festival. That's at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater happening July 29th. Willie Nelson, Mom Dylan, John Mellencamp, and more. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com. Also, a pair of tickets to go see Luke Bryan, August 8th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. That's out in Chula Vista. Deets and seats, Ticketmaster.com. And a pair of tickets to go see Niall Horan.
You know who that is?
Is that the dude from there was a boy band?
One Direction.
One Direction. Yeah, oh my gosh. People are gonna freak. Niall Horan, also at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, July 30th. Ticketmaster.com for tickets.
Hey, dads, you want to get a present for your daughter?
Oh my gosh.
Niall Horan.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
They will lose their mind.
They will lose their mind.
Speaking from a dude that has nieces.
But does Kendall like Niall Horan?
She was a little too old for One Direction.
Okay.
She is a believer through and through. That's her time frame.
Justin Bieber.
But the people who are about 7 years younger than Kendall, all about One Direction. And that really lasts all the way till like teenagers now.
Am I the only one who thinks Justin Bieber's kind of a dirtbag?
Very talented dirtbag.
I agree. I mean, he's got some bangers, man. He's got some songs. Every time I look at it, I'm like,
I think he's got a lot of like mental health issues, and he also has one of those autoimmune disorders.
He does?
Lyme disease.
He has Lyme disease?
That might be found in misinformation, but that is just living with a believer. That's what I've learned.
Sorry, Justin. Sorry, I apologize if I've offended you in any way by calling you a dirtbag. But we got a lot going on today. We got to get into some changes out of Fresno State.
He does have Lyme disease.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm sorry, Justin. I do this all the time.
Dead dogs, Lyme disease.
Boomer Esiason has some things to say about Devontae Adams, and the new head coach of the Lakers, J.J. Redick, is now comparing Bronny James to who? We'll talk about it coming up next.
Hit us up on the talkback mic. That's the little microphone icon right next to the play button when you're listening to San Diego Sports 760. Leave us a 30-second talkback. We'll play it on air. We'll react to it. Joe Moon, we're talking to you. Leave us a talkback on the free iHeartRadio app. Talkback mic. This update is presented by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We will begin with Major League Baseball. Teoscar Hernandez becomes the first Dodger to win the Home Run Derby. He outlasted Bobby Witt Jr. All-Star break festivities continue tonight with the All-Star game. Jerks and Profar are going to be starting in left field for the National League. In golf, the Open at Royal Troon in Scotland tees off this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are the two favorites as the field heads into the final major of the year. And coming up this Thursday, Aztec football having a free college football 25 launch event at Novo Mission Valley. You could show up this Thursday in Mission Valley to celebrate the launch of the new video game. Kitchen sink clogs, then Monday morning traffic. Anderson Plumbing Router Drain Services clears clogs fast. Their $63 drain stoppage guarantee works with the stake unclogging, camera inspection, and degreaser treatments. Call or book online. They always know what's below. Nobody wows clients like they do.
Hey. Ha. Are we the only show that sings along to these? Hey.
Yeah, remember when we got the notice that we got to go royalty free?
Yes.
So I just grabbed 5 royalty free songs that I like, and I put them on a rotation in there, expecting that it was just for our show.
Correct.
And then everyone started using them.
That is also correct. Yeah,
like, this wasn't a mandate from iHeart. I was like, oh, what are some goofy tunes that I could throw on for our show?
Yeah. No, I hear them throughout the day, but I never hear anyone singing or dancing.
Yeah, but right now I'm on the station for like 6 hours a day, so.
That is true. Ben Fletcher doing 10 hours of radio every day. So you can hear Ben Fletcher literally from 6 in the morning until 7 p.m. because you're doing 6 to 9 here on Big Rich, CD, and Fletch. You're filling in at the moment from noon to 3. And then we head on over to the classic rock station here, 101.5 KGB at 3 o'clock, which we go all the way till 7 p.m. Kendall must hate you.
She's not happy.
Yeah.
But she understands.
Yeah.
Daddy's got to bring home the bacon.
Yeah. For Brock.
Yeah, honestly, I think Brock's more upset about this whole arrangement than Kendall is.
Bacon strips.
Like, Kendall's like, oh, peaceful, house to myself. Like, that's all the best bracket ever, dog.
Yeah, the panic, if you guys could just step in the studio here and see the panic that sets in with Fletch by about 10:30 as we're doing show prep for the next day, because you got to get home and get some Brock time before you get back before noon. It's cool.
I mean, everyone understands that. It's a dog.
Look, I get it. I love my dog.
Especially, like, yesterday, Kendall was out of town, so panic was really setting in.
Yeah. Whoa, bless you. One of our hangers, bangers, roadies dogs is John Cougar Mellencamp, and his ability to suck down chili dogs. He loves them. He's going to be out at the Outlaw Music Festival along with Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, and a whole lot more. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com. But don't go anywhere if you want to win them. We are giving them away this hour.
I like that.
Could happen anytime.
Hey, we didn't get to this in the last segment, but we wanted to. Fresno State's head coach, Jeff Tedford, stepping down. This came down yesterday. Look, Fresno State, San Diego State, it's a rivalry. It's the battle for the old oil can. Jeff Tedford is an incredible head coach, Southern California roots, a really good man. And you ask anybody in the Mountain West about Jeff Tedford, they would say the same thing. This is the second time within 4 years that he has stepped down due to medical reasons. And he was at the Mountain West Media Days. Like, I've seen clips from Jeff Tedford talking in Vegas, much like Sean Lewis did. Apparently, Jeff Tedford had a medical checkup early this week that told him he needs to not go out and be the head coach of the Fresno State Bulldogs this year.
Yeah.
This is very sad. The Mountain West lost a really good head coach. He's not dead, but he is stepping down for a medical reason. And this is a bummer for college football because Jeff Tedford is a bit of a legend in the game.
Yeah, no, he is. And a hell of a winning record, by the way. 44-22 at the time. I mean, and just a stand-up guy. It's you never want to see this, obviously.
You think about what he did with Fresno State, because Fresno State was in pretty bad shape when Jeff Tedford came back to the school. It's his alma mater. That's where he played. And he turned it around. And I know that's not always fun to hear for Aztec fans, but the Mountain West is better when Fresno State's good. The Mountain West is better when San Diego State's good. The Mountain West is better when Boise State's good. Like, the better the conference, the better it is. And with Jeff Tedford stepping down, even though it's like really his coaching group who's still there, Tim Skipper, who was the linebackers coach, is going to be the interim coach this year. The Fresno State Bulldogs got worse today because Jeff Tedford won't be there. And that does suck.
Will he be in the college football 25 game?
I don't know the answer to that.
I feel like he
it's
would
already
be.
done,
He's done,
so-
unless they do some update.
I would imagine he's probably
He's there.
I think so. Now I do wonder about the coaches because, like, in Madden forever, like the Patriots head coach was not Bill Belichick because he did not release his name, image, and likeness to Madden.
Right.
So
he,
it just-
he didn't want the $600 check.
No, it was just some dude in glasses holding a clipboard. Like it was never Bill
With
Belichick.
Cut off sleeves on a sweatshirt.
Yeah, and he was the only coach for a long time. And I remember back in the early day, it might have been MLB 2K before it started to be called the show,
Mhm.
before they took over Major League Baseball's video game rights. Barry Bonds never released his name, image, and likeness to NBA or MLB 2K. So it was like some white dude batting third for the San Francisco Giants who was just tall.
And could just smash the ball.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
So I do wonder, like college football head coaches, they aren't exactly thrilled with the way college football is going these days. If you hear from a lot of the old heads,
Yeah.
I wonder how many of them release their name, image, and likeness to NCAA football.
I guess we'll find out. I guess when we're going to do a movie theater tournament, I mean.
Here's what I hope. Like, I hope that this event at Novo Mission Valley and a lot of events going on around the country for different college football teams and programs, because that's a lot of them are doing this on Thursday, that this is getting the players a lot of money.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Like, I hope every player is cashing
agree.
out as much as possible right now.
I agree. And I hope, and I think we all hope, that Jeff Tedford lives a long, happy life,
Yeah.
and stepping down gets him enough time away that he can right the wrongs that are whatever's going on.
His quotes were yesterday that he's like, I probably could do it, but I wouldn't be able to give all myself to it. And
Right.
he's like, in order to be a
Right.
college football head coach, you have to put in the time. You have to put in, like, your life is taken over by it. And we know that from conversations with Brady Hoke, Rocky Long, and now with Sean Lewis. It's not a 40-hour-a-week job.
No.
More like an 80-hour-a-week job.
Right.
That might be on the low end. So
Right.
Jeff Tedford, hope you figure this out, man, and fight it, whatever it is, and you can at some point come back into college football because it is better with you.
Yeah, that sounds like some time at the doctor's office is going to have to be spent. That's what that sounds like. So yeah, definitely a bummer. Meanwhile, in Major League Baseball, we are waiting for the All-Star game tonight, and I cannot find who sings the national anthem for this evening.
Hope it's Fergie.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? It would be so good. If they brought Fergie back, I think she'd do it right this time.
I think so too.
I think she'd fix it. All you gotta do is sing. Like, don't get crazy.
Maybe the most viral moment of her career, though.
Nah, I think the most viral moment is when she peed her pants on stage.
I don't even know about that.
What? Really? So then the most viral moment for you, at least,
Either
is
the
national
Fergalicious
anthem.
music video, the MILF music video, or
MILF money?
this.
She's got that MILF money. Listen, Fergie Ferg at one point, I guess, needed to pee and just peed right on stage.
I mean,
and
NFL
was
players
not
do that
hidden.
all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, you could tell. I can't tell when Rich Ornberger pees his pants out on the field,
We would be able to tell now.
especially in those linen pants.
Yeah, what are those?
I don't know where do the linen pants come from?
Oh, quick timeout.
Yeah.
30 seconds to the scores table. When Rich got back from Hawaii,
He was like a different dude.
the first day he steps in studio, it's flip flops.
Yeah,
It's like a duty free T-shirt from
Yeah.
a store at the airport,
right.
and it is like linen
Linen pants.
drum circle pants.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, it was. They were beige, very very light linen
They
pants.
float in the wind.
Right. No socks. Obviously, he's got sandals on. But yeah, pants. And I mean pants down to his ankles. Not like they were just shorts and flip flops. It was
And
very.
he looked good.
Oh, yeah,
Damn it.
He always does it. He always does it. I don't get it. But did he have a hat on?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. It felt very vacation rich when he came back.
And he pulled it off.
Yeah, God dang it.
Like if I wear that to work, it's a talking point for weeks. You guys make fun of me for years, probably.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Right.
Like that takes over the new Acorn.
He wore the linen pants when he came back. Oh, it was the same night. We were doing the July 3rd fireworks event. He was still in the linen pants, except then he decided to pair it with a red, white, and blue American flag fanny pack, which also somehow worked. And Deucer sunglasses, which I think you stole.
No, he gave them to me.
Oh, they were a gift.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
He said, I got these for you, but I'm going to wear them tonight.
Okay. All right. Nice. Did you wear them at all over the weekend by the pool?
Oh, yeah. 4th of July.
Good.
I sent you guys a
good.
selfie.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did. You did.
Here's that.
JJ Redick is comparing Bronny James to not Bronny James caliber. This is
Who's he
all I'm
talking
saying. Well, we'll talk about it here. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll see what the Lakers are doing coming up after this. We got some Outlaw Music Festival tickets coming up. Also, if you want a shot at $1,000, all you have to do is listen for a keyword, then take that keyword over to sportssd.com. Your next shot coming up for $1,000, coming up 7 o'clock. Outlaw Music Festival tickets minutes away. Do not go anywhere. We'll tell you how to win those coming up here on Big Rig TD and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760 rolling through a Tuesday. Rich Orenberger out on a little vacay for the next few days. Fletch and myself holding things down here in the iHeart Studios.
Can I ask you to do me a favor?
Yeah.
I need you to talk Mama Fletch off a ledge.
Why? What's going on?
She's done with the beard.
Done with the beard?
Yeah.
Mama Fletch. Angela Fletcher. Why? Whoa. Why is she done with the beard?
So that's too much.
Because
I think she used the word homeless at some point.
Homeless. Maybe you just got to tighten it up a little bit. Little cleanup.
But I really like it. And I'm 28 years old. Like, I'm a man.
Right. You're the only one of the family in a beard, though.
No, Alex has a beard.
He has not a beard that's that long.
Not like this. No, he wishes.
Because he can't grow that kind of beard?
No, he can. He's grown on way better than this before.
So, okay. So, Mama Fletch just wants to see her baby boy a little more cleaned up. That's all. That's all. They just want to see it cleaned up. So maybe if, you know what? Here's the thing. Maybe if Mama Fletch saw you in a shirt and tie with the beard, she'd be like, oh yeah, that's dapper. That looks good. Real good. Also, have you thought about ditching everything on the chin and just leaving everything else? The handlebars and the chops.
Wait, just getting rid of this?
Yeah, and then just go ahead. Handlebars and chops.
Then I wouldn't look homeless. I would look racist.
Why would that be racist?
I don't know.
What does that have to do with racism? What are we talking about here? I'm talking about a little bit of the Hulk Hogan handlebar, just the stash coming down. You got some mutton chops going. Look like you're getting ready to do a Civil War reenactment, fighting for the North, of course.
See, yeah, that's where we get into trouble, TD, because I don't know what side I'd be fighting
I just
for.
mean
like,
it's
with
that time period. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
There's nothing racial involved here. That's crazy talk. I'm just saying, I think it'd be a cool look. Now, and maybe Mama Fletch is in.
No, she would not be.
Huh. Well, the only way to find out is if you try it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, what about Kendall? What does she think about the
If
beard?
I were to go clean shaven, Kendall would leave.
Oh, well, then it's over. I mean, it's not that. I mean, it's decided.
No,
Kendall wins. I know, Angela, I'm sorry, but the wifey wins out.
If I were to
your
go-
mom knows she's been in this. She's been in this situation.
if I were to go down to naked face like Baby Boy Ben,
Okay,
which it's bad.
Baby boy Ben?
Like my face does not match the top of my head. Like my top of my head says 40, my face says 14.
And Kendall's not into that?
No, she hates it.
Wow.
I
But she likes
have
the
not
beard.
been clean shaven completely all the way down to just bare face since like 2 years before we got married.
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe you don't know then. Maybe if you shave, Baby boy Ben has grown up and now you're a
I
man.
don't think he has.
You're
I
man
really
Fletch.
don't think he has.
Man, now Keith Fletcher, he's clean shaven,
Yeah,
right?
he can't grow one. He's tried.
He's a good looking dude.
He's a handsome guy.
So I mean, your future's bright, buddy. Does Kendall see that and go, "Yep"?
Nope.
Well, meanwhile, you do have a visitor. You have someone sleeping on your couch.
Yeah, J Riff's on my couch.
J Riff's on your couch as he's relocating, finding a new place to live. Does he walk around shirtless there as well, like he does here at the studio?
You know, we did. So he came over to our place last night and he got there. And after about 5 minutes, he was like, I'm going to go to the gym. And then disappeared for 2 hours.
Do you have a gym at your place?
No.
So he went down the road to find a
He
gym.
went to La Jolla to his
La
gym.
Jolla?
Like his gym that he's been going to.
Wait, he lives or lived in La Jolla?
I think he lived in Point Loma, but he was going to the gym in La Jolla.
He lived in Point Loma. He drove all the way to La Jolla to go to
It's
a
not
gym.
that far of a drive.
From
Like 15, 20 minutes.
Yes. I mean, I feel like there's probably a closer gym.
Probably, but not one that has all the fancy accoutrement that he's used to.
What is he like?
He likes the
Espresso
place that he
machines?
goes has like leg massagers, has like big saunas. I don't know, whatever. But he immediately leaves and goes to the gym. 2 hours later, he shows back up.
Listen, it takes work to keep that body together.
I guess.
Okay. I mean, he is chiseled. There, whatever the fat percentage of his body is probably
Very low.
1.5%.
And then he
Lean.
ordered vegan food to my house.
Ooh, they know where you live now.
I know.
What did you counteract the vegan food and just cook up 2
Panda.
pounds of bacon? Oh, Panda. Panda's a strong pull. What's your Panda order?
I really like the Kung Pao chicken. Like
Okay.
I love Panda's
Same,
Kung Pao chicken.
same.
I
I'm with
love
you.
the chow mein.
Okay.
And that's usually all I get.
Just Kung Pao and chow mein?
Yeah.
Do you ever do the Panda beef?
The Beijing beef?
Beijing beef.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
I really like it. It just, when you eat it, you feel so heavy.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I just slide right into nap time. If you combo the Kung Pao and the Beijing beef, God, that's good, man. That is some good eats. JJ Redick, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know why that there has to be this field or the need to back up Bronny James right now. I don't know why you're still trying to prove the fact that this was an okay draft. But now he's out there. He was on a podcast and he's comparing LeBron James's son, the number 55 pick in the 2024 NBA draft, to Oklahoma City Thunder guard Lou Dort, which I'm not real familiar with Lou Dort, but as I look him up, they call him the Dorture Chamber. Because he's a defensive juggernaut out there for the Thunder.
He went to Arizona State. I remember him more as a college basketball player, honestly, than as an NBA player. But he's part of this young core in Oklahoma City that's kind of defied the odds because Oklahoma City went through the Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook phase, right? And then they sold everybody off and they got a ton of draft picks back. And so with these draft picks, they've built this team of really solid young players. And like Lou Dort, he's 25 years old. He's only been in the league a few years now, but he's like a really good pro with a future.
You don't feel like LeBron James's son is a really good pro with a future?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. Now, is Bronny a defensive minded player? I mean, do you see that in Bronny?
That's what they're trying to sell you on, and maybe he is.
Well,
maybe he's an excellent lockdown defender. However, I will point out again, Lou Dort is 6'4".
Bigger.
He's bigger. He's stronger. Bronny James is 6'1", and that's being very generous, I believe.
Well, Lou Dort is also averaging just under 13 points a game in his career, which is about 3.2 times Bronny's USC average.
I'm done talking crap about Bronny James. I really am.
Well,
like I don't want to do it anymore, but it's like JJ Redick. Every time he talks about him, he's hyping him up to be this like excellent NBA player.
That's what I'm saying. But
stop.
So you ever see maybe a movie's coming out and you go, my God, there is a lot of marketing behind this movie. I mean, everywhere I go, there's a poster, there's an ad on every internet website I go to, flipping through Instagram or Facebook, an ad comes up. There's a TV commercial that comes on every 5 minutes for this thing. Man, oh man, I should see this movie. And then you go see it and you go, that kind of sucked. That was not good. Because the marketing campaign is literally that of they're trying to push as many people there as they can for this terrible movie because they need to recoup some of the cost of this thing. And that's what this feels like with JJ Redick. It's just this marketing campaign that will never end with Bronny James. And look, I understand you want to sell tickets and you want to sell jerseys, but just let him go out there and prove himself a little bit. Let's just go out there and let's just see it play. And if it doesn't work, one, you either be a good head coach and step up and coach him and make him better, or B, then you go, I guess it didn't work. The end. We had to give it a shot. There's no way I was going to let LeBron James's son not be drafted to this team because, look, I had faith in him. I saw XYZ in the guy. I thought I could work with him, and it just didn't work out here.
You know, in a weird way, we were kind of the Bronny James of weight loss.
We were.
We talked a big game, man.
Yeah.
We talked a big game for months.
Yeah.
With next level fit guy stuff.
We listen. So first we started with next level fat guy stuff.
That worked.
We were good at
Very
it.
good.
I mean, really good. And then we decided, hey, we should try next level fit guy. So we rolled through last summer, actually, trying to do next level fit guy stuff. We were doing fad diets. Every couple of weeks, we were changing to a different fad diet, seeing which one would work. And we lost a few pounds. We did. But as soon as we stopped, as soon as we changed diets, we would gain the weight right back and then a couple more pounds. And then so we were always starting over. And actually, we were starting in a worse deficit. That's what happens with these fad diets. Go get some of these injection diets. One, you don't know what you're injecting in your body. Two, I mean, the price of these things are crazy for you not knowing what you're putting in your body. And then when you stop whatever you're doing, you gain the weight right back and then some. STFatLoss.com is different. It's different. They'll set you up with a game plan here. They'll show you the correct way to eat, and then you're going to lose weight the healthy way, but you're still going to lose weight fast. And I'm talking 20 to 30 pounds in 8 weeks' time. 31 pounds is what I lost in 8 weeks. Fletch, nearly 50 pounds gone here. Rich, 35 pounds plus gone in 8 weeks' time. So it worked for all of us, okay? And if it works for us, it's going to work for you. All you have to do is follow along with what Wayne and Chloe tell you to do. The coaches, the staff over at stfatloss.com tell you to do. And when you go there right now, you can schedule a free consultation. That's right, absolutely free. Our second favorite F word here on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Also, if you sign up, mention Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and you'll save yourself $200. Go there right now. You got nothing to lose except unwanted pounds. Coming up, where and when is Devontae Adams going? And we're going to break down the All-Star game a little bit more. And our morning monologues all coming up next. But if you want to go to the Outlaw Music Festival, you're going to call in. Let's do 2 minutes from right now, which will be straight up 7 o'clock. That's when you're going to dial 877-767-4760. Caller number 5, getting a pair of tickets to the Outlaw Music Festival.
Hour 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Starting off in Major League Baseball, Teoscar Hernandez wins the home run derby, outlasting Bobby Witt Jr. All-Star break festivities continue tonight. It's the All-Star game. Jerks and Profar going to be starting in the left field for the National League. In golf, the Open at the Royal Troon in Scotland tees off this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy are the betting favorites as the field heads for the final major of the year. And coming up this Thursday, Aztecs football having a free college football 25 launch event at Novo Mission Valley to celebrate the launch of the video game. That place is awesome, by the way. Huge, massive TV screens. And this will be a lot of fun hanging out with some Aztecs. Kitchen sink clogs, then Monday morning traffic. Anderson Plumbing router drain services clears clogs fast. Their $63 drain stoppage guarantee works with snake unclogging, camera inspection, and degreaser treatments. Call or book online. They always know what's below. Nobody wows clients like they do.
It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on San Diego Sports 760.
What's AJ Preller going to do? I mean, what do you see here, Fletch? You see him pulling the trigger and making some big moves? Do you think they're going to let him cash some big checks?
With the front office, it could hamstring him a little bit and say, look, man, we don't want you touching what's left of this farm system to add to a team that might not make the playoffs and a team that you might not be involved with in the future.
From the past of seeing what AJ Preller has done and what he's been allowed to do, I do think they allow him to add pieces to this team.
Now, here are the guys.
Welcome in to hour number 2, the 7 o'clock hour. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Rich out on vacation this week. Fletch and myself, TD, holding things down here at the fort. A lot happening in sports. Tons. We're kind of in this weird quiet week. I mean, we got the All-Star break going on with baseball. The Padres, good news is the one-game losing streak, I guess, has not become a streak because they're not playing. So, I mean, there's no fear of that.
There's no way they're losing.
No, there's no way they're losing, which is great. So they remain one game over 500. Padre, Jerks, and Profar are going to be starting in the All-Star game tonight out in Arlington. Our best friend in the whole wide world, Kevin Acey, is out there. I'm hoping he sends some pics, mostly of the robot bartender.
Talked to Kevin about that yesterday.
And
he was on with us at 2 o'clock yesterday.
Okay.
And you know what Kevin said?
Oh, no.
Said, the fact that you even have to ask me that question is ridiculous. Of course, I have not taken a picture with the robot umpire or the robot bartender. I'm working, Fletch. You know this. Blah, blah, blah.
That doesn't seem like a ridiculous question to me.
It doesn't, not me either.
I mean, that seems like a perfectly normal question.
We gave him one job.
Yeah, for real.
Also, Kevin off the top yesterday, very Jim Russell.
Really?
Very Jim Russell.
Well, angry.
No, I'll tell you why. So Kevin off the top yesterday, and he made a good point, but he made sure to crowbar this in.
Mm-hmm.
We were asking him what he's been up to in Arlington. And he said, well, you know, guys, it's a lot of catching up with a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time.
All right.
Because...
And then you immediately teed that into what do you put on your hot dog?
No.
Ketchup.
No. That is not me. That is a you thing.
Okay.
What I noticed what he was talking about is that Kevin is busy talking to all the former Padres who are all-stars with other teams. There's 10 of them there, TD. 10 former Padres who are now all-stars with other teams.
Wow, that's rough.
Like you think about CJ Abrams, Josh Naylor, Matt Strom, Max Fried, Trey Turner. That's 5 just off the top of the dome. And then there's a bunch of current Padres there. So Kevin Acey is like
five current Padres.
Yeah, 5 current Padres.
Right.
So maybe that's the 10.
Did they all roll out though?
I would imagine they're all. Fernando might not be there.
Mm-hmm.
Luis Ariz, I know, is there. He's not playing in the game.
Yeah. And we got Suarez out there who we may see.
You'll see him for probably an inning. Or at, like the worst 2 batters.
Right on.
Obviously, Profar starting in left. Jackson Merrill coming off the bench. You'll see him at some point also. He did a little interview on Baseball Tonight yesterday, and it was good. He was talking about, or the interviewer asked him the question, hey, a lot of your draft classmates have been sent off in various trades for the Padres. What does it mean to you that you're the last one from that group standing and the Padres wanted to keep you? And he said, look, I'm blessed, man. I wouldn't want to play anywhere other than San Diego, but I do wish some of those guys were still here. Like me and CJ Abrams were best friends,
right?
Going through the farm system. And so that's the part of sports that kind of you don't think about. Like, it's a phone call and your best friend who you've built a couple years building a relationship with is now gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And you still work at the same company, I guess. I mean, Major League Baseball, but now you work in a different division, essentially, and it's across the country. Yeah, I get that.
Don't
but,
get sent to iHeart New York, TD. I would die.
Well, a big announcement coming up in just no, I'm just kidding. I mean, Jackson Profar, Jackson Merrill is so good on the mic. I mean, he is so good with these interviews. He sounds like a veteran. He sounds like he's seasoned, and he's just a kid, really. So it's hats off to the guy from start to finish here. Not just the way he talks in the mic, but his play out on the field has been phenomenal. I mean, it is blown away expectations, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's been incredible.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin Acee did have an article out yesterday talking about Jackson Merrill, and he said, this is from Kevin's article, the first time Merrill's parents met the Padres president of baseball operations, so AJ Preller, was out beyond the outfield fence at a high school game. Preller was only there because he had been kicked out of the neighboring football stadium bleachers where he had been trying to, I don't know this word, Kevin, sneakily is the word I'm going to say, watch Jackson Merrill play. So AJ Preller had snuck onto a high school football stadium with his binoculars up at the very top, watching Jackson Merrill play baseball down on the baseball field.
No big deal.
And he got kicked out of the football stadium.
Yeah, no big deal. You know what? Because people are totally cool with you adults climbing into high school stadiums and using binoculars to watch kids.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And no offense to AJ Preller.
No.
But especially a dude who looks like AJ Preller.
He was probably in a polo.
No, he was probably in basketball shorts and an oversized Mickey Mouse t-shirt, because that's what AJ Preller wears on his off days.
Yeah, that probably doesn't work. Probably doesn't work when you roll out to that. Here also in town, new head coach for the Aztecs, Sean Lewis. He was out surfing.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
KUSI actually did an awesome interview with the coach. So there was a silent auction getting ready for the 2024-25 Aztecs football season. And one of the auctions up for bid was give Coach Sean Lewis a surf lesson.
Cool.
Because he's not from around here.
Right,
he's not from around oceans. And so this is his first time being out there. And Jesse Matthews, who was a wide receiver for the Aztecs a few years ago, stud wide receiver, played here all 4 years. His dad bid on this, and his dad has lived in San Diego forever, surfs every day. And so took Coach Sean Lewis out. And I don't know if you've seen the whole clip, TD, but eventually, after a lot of falls, Sean Lewis stands up.
He stands up.
Surfs a wave in.
Man, by the way, Sean Lewis has got some height.
He's so tall.
So that center of gravity is going to be up real high. You would think you'd have a really long board. Do you surf at all?
I went through a phase freshman year of college trying to impress a girl.
And did it work?
I was a terrible surfer. It's hard.
Yeah, but did it impress her?
No.
Yeah, I've tried it, and it's very, very difficult. But I've never claimed to be the athlete here on this show, and I think it takes a little athleticism to get up on a surfboard.
Yeah, I also went to like Morro Bay to start.
Was that rough?
Like 8-foot waves regularly. Like these are big freaking waves
on the reg.
Yeah, and so I was trying to like jump into the deep end without knowing how to swim.
Yeah.
But my buddy said it'll be fine.
Everything's fine.
I will never get
everything's fine.
The one time I've had success surfing was in Hawaii, actually, where the waves just roll forever, and you can like get a little 3-foot wave that'll go like 250 yards. So you got a lot of time to get up. But Sean Lewis, impressive.
Yeah, it was impressive. And look, I'm sure that was some good coaching as well that helped him along with that. But no, it's fun, and it's fun to see him get integrated here in San Diego. What do? We bring him to like our favorite burrito place or hamburger place.
That's good. We can take him to that like VR sandbox thing that we want to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can have him in our NCAA football 25 tournament.
Speaking of which, Thursday night, Novo Mission Valley, the Aztecs are throwing a launch event for college football 25 at Novo Mission Valley. It's a free event to the public. Just show up. Going to be an awesome time.
That's going to be fun. And Novo, I haven't been to the one in Mission Valley, the one in Otay. If it's anywhere close to that,
similar,
it's mind blowing.
Massive TVs,
huge. The place is huge.
Probably the best spot in San Diego to watch UFC fights.
Well, yeah, I would not disagree. The place is damn near as long as a football field, and the bar runs about 2/3 of it. I mean, it's absolutely insane.
And they're one of the restaurants around town stepping up and supporting NIL for the Aztecs, so it's a good place to support.
Cool. I dig it a lot. What do you think about Davante Adams? If you recall, maybe it was a week ago.
At the golf tournament in Tahoe.
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers, he gets interviewed as he's walking along the course. And who was it? A coach that was brought up first?
Yeah, it was the new offensive coordinator for the Raiders, whose name is Luke something. And Aaron Rodgers said, yeah, love Luke. Great coach.
Great guy.
Love Davante too. Can't wait to play with him again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did throw that out there, which started a bit of a firestorm of does Davante want to leave? Now, I have heard zero from Davante that he wants to leave the Raiders. In fact, it's been completely opposite of that. He says he wants to stay there. Now, while he's been there, I think the Raiders are 14-20. They have not been great. They now have Gardner Minshew there, who's a backup quarterback who will be their starter.
I like Gardner Minshew.
He played well. I get it, but he's not a superstar quarterback. I mean, he's just not
yet. ...
Yet, as Aaron Rodgers would give the pause. Now, does Davante Adams want to stay there and continue along with a growing team, a team where he will probably age out by the time that they get to be any sort of caliber to compete here and for a title, in my personal opinion? Does he want to stay there? I don't know why he would. I mean, especially if you have a shot to go back and work with Aaron Rodgers.
All that makes sense. Now, I do think it's important to remember that when Davante Adams couldn't reach a deal with the Packers, like that was the Packers' fault. They probably should have paid him. Who knows? Aaron Rodgers might still be a Packer had they paid Davante Adams and kept him there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was kind of part of the beginning of the end to Aaron Rodgers leaving. But when Davante Adams could no longer be a Packer, he handpicked his destination. Now, a lot of that had to do with the fact that Derek Carr was in Las Vegas at the time. Derek Carr, Davante Adams, college teammates at Fresno State. I would imagine Davante likes his life in Vegas a lot. And I would imagine that Davante Adams, the pedestal he's been put on, partially because of his years in Green Bay, partially because of showing production with a guy like Aiden O'Connell a year ago. Davante Adams has a lot of endorsements. He has a lot of events in Vegas that he throws, that he hosts. Davante Adams probably really likes his life in Vegas. I would say that Derek Carr no longer being there. I would say that the disaster that was Jimmy Garoppolo there and the issue of this offseason not bringing in a starting quarterback, like you would say, just Gardner Minshew, would make it a little easier decision for Davante to leave.
And yeah, I mean, wouldn't you want to go win?
I would think so.
I mean, and then if you went to the Jets, I'm sorry, you are competing. I mean, you are competing. You are in the conversation. The Jets are in the conversation without Davante.
Now, there's a lot of Raider fans that listen to San Diego Sports 760. We know that. I would like to point out that I'm the one person on this station who's defended the Raiders over the last little bit. I actually like them going into this year.
So when you write the letters, don't send them to Fletch.
Yeah, send them to TD and Rich, who think that the Raiders are hopeless this year. I actually think that they could be a playoff team this year. Max Crosby's a stud. Gardner Minshew's pretty good quarterback.
I think a playoff team is a stretch. I think this is a 9, possibly. Like if everything went well, it's a 10-win team. And that's what it looks like.
That's a pretty good season.
That's okay. Is it going to get you into the playoffs? It might.
10-7? I would hope so.
10-7, but we're talking AFC here.
I know, but
I mean, maybe.
10
and
wins,
saying,
I think.
But look, there's a lot of things that have to go right for the Raiders to be 10-7. There's a lot of things that have to go right. So you're playing in a division with, look, the Chargers, who were terrible last year. Do they have enough here with Jim Harbaugh to change course and all of a sudden be okay? They lost a lot of games because of poor coaching decisions. So a good coach coming into Los Angeles. God, I wanted to say San Diego.
How different would this time of the year be right now?
Oh, my God. I mean, and that's a bummer. It's an absolute bummer. But Boomer Esiason is ramping up this talk of Davante Adams leaving. He says that he's hearing that this is going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be somewhere in late August, early September. So I guess right before the start of the season?
That is the start of the season.
Correct.
The first week of September 5th, is the first game between the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Wow. I mean, we're staring that down right now. We are staring that down. So I don't know why they would wait that long if that's what was going to happen. Why would you take it all the way to the start of the season?
That would mean that Boomer is hearing that Devontae is going to threaten to sit out. And if he threatens to sit out, the Raiders will call his bluff, go get draft picks for him.
Man, does it feel like Devontae would do that?
Yes.
You really?
He's a wide receiver in the NFL. I think they all would.
You think that's just in the nature?
Wide receiver in the NFL is the closest position to an NBA player that there is in the NFL.
Devontae doesn't feel like that guy to me. No,
I don't think so either.
I mean,
he's been great his entire career. It was like the Packers situation. More blame got placed on the Packers than got placed on Devontae.
right.
Like he should have been getting paid more. Aaron Rodgers deserved to have that wide receiver one talent in the NFL, and the Packers wouldn't do it. And so he went and found the money in Las Vegas, and it was a situation that was amenable to him. But now at this point, I do think you're right. Devontae Adams has made plenty of money in his career. He could make the decision to go join back with Aaron Rodgers.
I think the NFL would be better for it. I mean, I think if you make the Jets even better, and this is all hypothetical because we haven't seen a fully working Jets team yet. So, you know what? It may just be terrible. It may just fall apart and not work. But that level of talent on the team with a healthy Achilles tendon from Aaron Rodgers, you would think that this Jets team would be a absolute juggernaut in the division. Well, I guess we'll see, but I just think making the Jets stronger makes the AFC more competitive, which makes the NFL better. Yeah, so Rich on vacation this week. He's back east visiting some family. Now, last time he was out in Hawaii, he came back in linen pants. He came back very tan, more lobster red. He had like a gas station shirt on, flip-flops. He looked like he was on a Hawaiian vacation, is what he looked like. Fletch, do you expect Rich to come back maybe a sweater tied around his neck? Something real Hampton-y?
I was actually going the opposite direction with it. I'm thinking he takes a trip down to the Jersey Shore because he's not that far away.
Oh.
And he comes back roided out with a headband on, with his hair spiky,
muscle tee,
maybe frosted tips on his gray hair. So what would that be? It'd be reversed, right? So black tips on top of his hair.
Wait, it has to be inverse? Can't they still be blonde?
And he's going to be fist pumping, chanting out gym, tan, laundry, chapstick. Yeah, it's going to be... hey,
you know what? Either way, I'm here for that. I want to see it in a big way. That is not my monologue. I just popped into my head. I'm hoping he comes back vacation rich still, because that's a lot of fun. My monologue looks like this. For the past several weeks, when I open up my phone and I open up my Amazon app, the very first thing that pops open is an ad saying, hey, July 16th and 17th. Is Prime Days. Mm-hmm. So, okay, it's something big's going to happen. So as I'm shopping on Amazon and I'm like, I won't buy that yet because it's going to be on sale. Loading up the cart, I have 12 items in my Amazon cart. 12 items. This morning I went, all right, here we go. Amazon Day. Open up my Amazon cart and... every single item is now more expensive than it was if I would have bought it a week ago. Every single one. There's not a single one. Amazon, you completely screwed me. What the heck, Jeff Bezos? Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Please do not buy the Seattle Seahawks because you're going to make it more expensive. I am now going to find all these items elsewhere.
You know,
every single one.
Prime Day deals right now.
Are you finding some good ones?
Yeah, there's some pretty awesome shoes that are like discounted 50%.
Shoes? What shoes are you buying?
I need some new shoes.
Do you buy a lot of shoes?
No, I'm not really a shoe guy. I buy one pair, I wear it out, and then I buy a new pair.
So that's what I do. Do you get flack from home?
It's so much.
Well, okay, because Kendall thinks you should have multiple pairs of shoes that you just rotate through depending on what you wear.
Kendall blames the shoes I was wearing for the broken leg because I wore them out so much that there was no traction on the bottom. Which is accurate if you look at those shoes.
Okay, all right. You were doing so much hiking that the tires were bald.
Yes.
Huh.
And those are also the shoes I was wearing to work. Those were also the shoes that I would wear out to dinner. Those were they were just the shoes that I wore.
Yeah, so I do the same thing. I have a couple pairs of shoes, and one pair is like the last pair that was retired from normal everyday use that becomes my work shoes.
Check these out. Those are handsome shoes.
Those are handsome shoes. I mean, those
50% off.
You know what those would do? Those would make that beard look real good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm buying them.
Yeah.
No, wait, I'm going to buy a PS5.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You got to do that. So, Amazon, thanks a lot. You screwed me. That's it. That's the monologue.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up to
Okay.
people's attention. And maybe it was just like Amazon Prime Day. They have deals that they set aside for Amazon Prime Day. And so maybe the items that you were purchasing have nothing to do with Amazon Prime Day. But if you were to scroll through the app right now, there's tons of deals on lots of great stuff. Jeff Bezos, I do not hate you. That was Travis Dale.
Yeah,
Forward
it
your
is.
letters to him.
It is me. Also, Beyonce still sucks. just
How about Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling's so boring.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's my morning monologue.
Ryan Gosling is like, I don't know, just plain. I mean, plain. And I don't even know.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's phenomenal.
I don't even know what to compare him to.
He's also one of the more handsome human beings to walk this earth.
I mean, it's like there's no flavor there.
Can I throw this out to you?
Yeah.
My morning monologue. So we know we're very privileged to live in San Diego.
We are.
That the weather here for the most part is perfect.
It is.
And I say for the most part because there are times throughout the year, and other San Diegans will understand this, where yes, the temperature gauge will read much higher elsewhere, like Valley Center, for example, or Merced, California, for example. But we're not built to like deal with heat very well here, like hot heat. Yesterday, it was 87, 88 degrees in Mission Valley.
It's kind of warm.
That's very warm, you know, and like you complain about that to somebody who lives in Fresno and they'll tell you to STFU.
Right.
But
also, because in Fresno at night, it's still 104.
Exactly. Right. And, you know, I feel bad about that. I really do. But you chose to live there. That's your problem. Living in San Diego and living in Mission Valley, I'm used to 75 year round. And that's what I've grown accustomed to. So when it ticks up to 88, 89, there's things that I'm very grateful I have.
And
I love living in a condo because the condo has a pool.
Okay.
And our pool somehow stays cold.
Yeah.
All year round. So I've started this tradition now where when it gets to this temperature, I jump in the pool right before bed. I get in the pool, get out of the pool, dry off, get in bed.
Yeah, it's good.
Life hack of the century.
No, yeah, no, definitely. That's a good call. So we lived up in Central California for a brief period of time. Same deal. Right before bed, you had to do the pool plunge just to cool everything down.
I wish our pool was colder.
Wow, you want to do polar plunge?
Not polar. Like if it was a crisp, like 70-degree pool, that'd be perfection.
Nicolas Cage, who we talked about yesterday, says that he stays creative by going to bed at 7:30 every single day, and he never drinks whiskey. That is literally the opposite of what I do.
I don't know how you do it, man. I got a firm bedtime, like 9:30. If I'm not in bed,
Rich has got the same sleep schedule as me.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I don't know how you guys will stay up till 11 o'clock at night and then come do this show. It doesn't compute in my brain.
What time do you go to bed?
If I'm not in bed, covers on by 9:30, I am a bad person the next
9:30 would feel good, but I'm never done with everything.
I shoot for 8:30. I always shoot for 8:30. But if it's past 9:30, I'm a grumpy butt the next day.
Yeah, I get it because I'm just a grumpy butt every day.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're normal. And I don't know how. It doesn't make sense.
I'm broken. Luke Bryan tickets and Niall Horan tickets. We're going to be giving those away coming up here. Ticketmaster.com for deets and seats on both of those shows, but don't go anywhere if you want to win them. Also, Terrell Davis handcuffed. Are you kidding me? And an end of an era. They're skipping out in ESPN. We'll talk about it coming up next.
You know, TD, I'm checking out my my little app right here.
Oh, yeah.
I love so much.
Yeah.
It's called Prize Picks. Not sure if you heard of it.
You know, I've heard of it once or twice.
If
Promo code DOGS.
Yeah. DOGS. Look, if you're looking to sign up, and I'm going to tell you why you should sign up in a little bit, but head on over to the App Store, Google Play, whatever. Download the app. Use promo code DOGS when you sign up. You're going to get a first deposit match for $100. And I'm sorry that you did not do this yesterday because Benny Boy was a big winner, and you could have been too, but you missed the opportunity at the Home Run Derby. Look, the Home Run Derby, I'm not going to say it was easy money because I got the skills, and that's why I was able to win. But I cashed out $160 last night.
Skills with a Z?
Skills with a Z.
Wow, that's skills.
$160 last night. Benny Boy won on the Home Run Derby, and it was a mix between Jose Ramirez, Alec Boehm, Pete Alonso. You know what I was doing? Less than. All the way with the Home Run Derby, and that was the big winner ticket for me there. I've now cashed out of the app, like into my bank account, over $1,800 with Prize Picks. Look, if you're looking not gambling advice in any way, but if you're looking to make a little extra money and you got the skills to do so, get on over to the Prize Picks app today, download it, use promo code DOGS, and you're going to get a first deposit match up to $100. Look, ultimately, Prize Picks just makes watching sports more fun. It makes you more invested when you have a little skin in the game. And that's true for Padres games. That's true for big fight nights in the UFC. That's definitely true for the NFL season, which is coming up, and it's coming up in a hurry, 51 days away. You want to make sure you are fully into Prize Picks by the time the NFL gets here. So download the app today, use promo code DOGS, get the first deposit match up to $100. And like Ornberger and I have been doing, you can start winning tomorrow. It takes less than 60 seconds to set a lineup, and you can win up to 100 times your cash with Prize Picks. Download the app today, use promo code DOGS, get that first deposit matched up to $100 and start winning. This update is presented by the San Diego College of Continuing Education. Starting off in Major League Baseball, Teoscar Hernandez he wins the home run derby. He outlasted Bobby Witt Jr. All-Star break festivities will continue tonight with the All-Star game. Jerks and Profar are going to be starting in left field for the National League. In golf, the Open Championship at Royal Troon in Scotland tees off this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are the favorites as the field heads into the final major of the year. And coming up this Thursday, Aztecs football having a free college football 25 launch event at Novo Mission Valley to celebrate the launch of the video game. You can head down there for free at Novo Mission Valley this Thursday evening. Stop by the Enroll Fest at San Diego College of Continuing Education, July 16th through the 25th at multiple locations. Enroll in free classes to start a career in healthcare, IT, vocational trades, and more. Build a brighter future and visit sdcce.edu for more.
This always sounds like royalty-free New Kids on the Block to me. I don't know why. Hanging tough is what it sounds like. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch at San Diego Sports 760. Happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. That's what Rich would say if he were here. He's out on vacation this week, so we are holding down the fort without him. We'll be rolling through a couple vacations over the next couple weeks.
Listener Paris in the YouTube chat this morning, going through some medical stuff with his wife. Paris, we love you, pal.
Oh, buddy.
We know you're in the hospital right now with her, but love you.
Yeah, no
Hope
doubt.
everything goes well today, and let us know how everything's going.
Man, oh man, yeah. Thoughts, prayers going out to you there, Paris. We'll keep our fingers crossed and keep us updated as well. That's no bueno, no bueno at all. Also, no bueno. I guess it's no bueno out at ESPN, or is it Fox Sports 1? Where's Undisputed on?
FS1.
So Undisputed is coming to an end. I guess Skip Bayless is now leaving.
Skip.
Yeah, he gone. I would imagine it's just over. They're not going to continue on without Skip now, right?
Look, Skip Bayless has been a part of the sports talk scene my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of your life, TD. Skip Bayless has been around forever. And he's always landed somewhere. I would imagine he will land somewhere once again.
Yeah. I don't think it's over for Skip. That's not the feeling. It's just they're moving on from Skip out at FS1.
How do you feel about Skip?
He's fine. I guess.
I can respect what he's built for himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
I've never particularly liked Skip, but I don't know that Skip ever necessarily wanted people to like him.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just kind of his shtick. Yeah. Like, and I mean, do you think he's that way outside of the camera?
Probably not.
That's what I feel like that too.
Or Steven A. Smith, to be honest. But for a long time, it was the two of them just screaming at each other. And that was like the hottest morning television show in the world for a long time.
Yeah.
But Skip Bayless, for nothing else, that dude is a freaking column of how to keep a job.
Yeah, no kidding.
In this industry.
Yeah, and how to build a monster program. I mean, he hats off to the guy. Again,
attach yourself to the Dallas Cowboys early and often.
Right. That'll help. That'll help, I guess. There's a lot of Cowboy fans out there, so that'll help you get eyeballs instantaneously. But when Shannon Sharp left, I think I was kind of out. I mean,
I don't even know who he's doing it with now.
I don't know either. I haven't hardly watched any of it other than right after maybe Shannon left, and I don't know if it was just co-host coming in to fill in the meantime.
It's on like right now.
Right. It is.
Like we've been competing with him.
Yeah. Sorry about it. And you know what? Now it makes sense of why they have to move on. They have to make a change.
Let's see.
Because we've had this up on the screen here all morning long. Of an anonymous NFL executive says that Josh Allen is overrated.
Yeah, the same guy also talked about Jalen Hurts, how he's not a top 10 quarterback in this league. You can't talk about him that way.
The same anonymous NFL executive? If he's anonymous, how do we know it's the same guy?
We don't, I guess. But no, ESPN, they did say that last one and this one are the same guy.
Oh, they did say it was the same. It was the same anonymous source. So it's just a guy who likes to see his quotes up on ESPN?
I guess. Anonymous league executive. That is the easiest way to throw shade at whoever you want.
Right. And he's saying Josh Allen overrated because of
he makes a lot of mistakes.
He makes a lot of mistakes. He locks onto targets and he won't check down the field because he's going to throw to the one guy. He makes mistakes at the snap. And I wouldn't say he's necessarily wrong. However, Josh Allen also has that trainable, undeniable will to go out and win a game.
Were you here last week when I was watching all the Super Bowl rewinds? Like they were doing a
Oh,
marathon
yeah,
on NFL Network
yeah.
of a bunch of like the best Super Bowl games.
Yeah.
And early Big Ben wasn't a great quarterback. However, early Big Ben won a lot because he was impossible to tackle in the pocket. He would get out and run, and he had an arm like a cannon that could go all the way down the field. It's very similar to who Josh Allen is right now.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
Big
really
Ben
is.
won a couple Super Bowls before he got too old and too broken.
Right.
Josh Allen can easily win a couple Super Bowls.
And Big Ben, I'm trying to think of during the Pittsburgh time that they were winning with Big
It
Ben.
was 09 and 11.
Yeah, but there wasn't, I guess, there was the Patriots. I guess they were the Chiefs. I mean, the Buffalo Bills, they run into the Chiefs. That's what happens. The Achilles tendon for Josh Allen is Patrick Mahomes. And every time, Patrick Mahomes figures out how to get the better of him.
Yeah, I do. I don't even know what NFL fans would want, right? Like, do you want to see Patrick Mahomes continue this Chiefs dynasty? Because dynasties are special, but at a lot of the time when Tom Brady was going through his two separate dynasties with the same organization, people were just ready for it to fail. I don't know if I get the same sense with Kansas City.
Well,
it'll change this year.
Chiefs fans want it to happen.
Yeah, but even across the league, like if you're gonna pick a team, they're pretty likable, at least between Travis Kelce and as nauseating as all the Taylor Swift is, and Patrick Mahomes is very likable, and Andy Reid is lovable, not just likable.
Right.
But you looked at the Patriots dynasties, like Belichick was always pretty easily hated.
Evil.
Brady also evil for a long time.
I hated him until he came to Tampa. When he got to Tampa, all of a sudden I went, yeah, Tom Brady's actually kind of a cool guy.
Now think about this. Patrick Mahomes is in the same division as the team you root for.
Yeah.
Do you hate Patrick Mahomes?
No, I don't. No,
Patrick
I do
Mahomes has beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl twice. Do I hate Patrick Mahomes? I really don't.
So what's the difference?
I don't know.
Because it's not like, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes is a fun watch. Where Tom Brady is so almost sterile in his execution of the game. And Patrick Mahomes is more of a wild card. I mean, he'll run around, he'll make things happen, he'll throw off his back foot or off his to the opposite side of the field. Whatever it is, Patrick Mahomes is a little crazier out there on the field, which is a little more fun to me.
And you have Andy Reid, who, like I said, is like lovable, not just likable. And I think everybody appreciates his genius and the fact that he was kind of discounted when he was the Eagles head coach, even though he was phenomenal there too. And they sort of just let him go. And I'm glad that he found his footing somewhere where he can build what he wanted to build. And then you hear the stories about how they design their plays and how it's a lot of just late nights where they're just throwing random stuff at the board. They're watching high school tape from all over the country and being like, we could probably do a variant of that and it might be able to work. Like Andy Reid just seems like the ultimate football guy who also is hilarious and who also you could eat a cheeseburger with.
So when they do a ring around the rosy play, are you cool with that?
I thought that was dumb.
I thought it was kind of funny.
But I get it. And yeah, it is fun, but I thought it was dumb.
It
didn't work, which made me happy.
The ring around rosy play didn't work?
They didn't score on that play. A penalty ended up getting called back.
It was a penalty. Yeah, I would say otherwise it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't a penalty, the thing worked. But there's been a couple things they've done that have been just goofy. And it's almost, it is. I mean, look, we are so good. We're going to do corny plays and still beat you. And they do.
That was against the Raiders too. So it was a little extra slap in the face because Raiders hate Chiefs, Chiefs hate Raiders. Now, if you were tuning in this morning expecting to be the Padres' destination for information, nothing going on.
With the Padres?
Like, it's all-star break time.
Jurickson Profar's playing.
Like, we could have the same conversation we've had about the trade deadline, what they need to do, what A.J. Preller has to do in order to keep his job or lose his job or what the scenarios are. But I feel like we've talked it all out, haven't we?
Well, I mean, I feel like that, but we don't. I mean, what else are you going to break down?
I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we sit and wait and see. We can speculate on what Preller's going to do. We can speculate on how much money's going to be spent. We can speculate on how much money won't be spent, who might get traded, who won't get traded, what's going to cost to bring somebody in, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is, if the Padres want to win, if the Padres want to make a run, they're going to have to add pieces. If they don't add pieces, it's done. I mean, it's a 500 season, and they're not making the playoffs. And I would imagine AJ Preller is now no longer working for the Padres organization.
If they don't make the playoffs, he's done. Now, I talked to Kevin.
Said that last year.
It's true.
Said that last year. They did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, but this year feels different, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe not.
Well,
now, I did talk to Kevin yesterday, and I talked about the fact that Preller is on the hot seat, or warm seat, as he would call it. I was like, well, if he is on the warm seat, does that impact what he's able to do at the trade deadline? Like, will the front office be like, no, you're not touching these prospects. These are our prospects. You're the general manager right now. You might not be here next year. These might not be your prospects anymore. And Kevin said, no, he's going to be able to do what he wants as general manager. Now, he's not going to be able to spend a ton because guess what? There is a little a collective bargaining tax that the Padres will butt up against if they add too much. So what can you really add to this team? Well, maybe a fifth starter, maybe a couple bullpen pieces, but it's not going to be anyone like life altering. So the point Kevin was trying to drive home was it doesn't need to necessarily be the big focus on the trade deadline. It needs to be the big focus on the guys that you're paying a lot of money to stepping up and being what they can be in the second half.
You know what? That's really true. I mean, there is talent on this team. This offense should explode every single night. And to see these games that are a 0-run game or a 1-run game, a 3-hit, 4-hit game is ridiculous. Or, you know, it's a 1-run game, but there was 11 hits and you left 6-7 people on. It's crazy to me
You're
that
paying
this
the
keeps
offense.
happening.
You're paying the offense a ton. They haven't stepped up as much as they need to, right? You're paying starting pitching a ton. 2 of them aren't even playing baseball right now. One of them's hurt. One of them's on the restricted list. You probably need both of them at the end of the year. The one area you're not really paying is middle relief. You're paying a closer in Suarez, but you're not really paying middle relief. So if there's one spot to target at the trade deadline and you want to do it cheaply, it's probably going to be middle relief. And it's probably not going to be guys who are going to make a huge impact late in the year. It's probably guys who can eat innings now while the Padres are waiting to get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a depressing look at the Padres as you enter the trade deadline.
Yeah, we're supposed to do Padre positives.
If we can maybe, like Jerks and Profar might hit a home run tonight in the All-Star game.
Yeah, well, Jackson Merrill might hit a home run.
Jackson's feral.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it here. He'll do it right on the field.
The 3 of us were pretty feral, just eating anything.
Yeah,
any old garbage that we saw.
I mean, it was crazy. We were like trash pandas.
Yeah, we were just
couldn't stop
clawing. Like, remember we made that one thing in studio that one time, and Rich was literally clawing and just eating with his hands. Like a feral animal.
Right.
Then we met Wayne and Chloe
also
over at SDFatLoss.com.
Yeah, it turns out that while you're cooking sausage in studio or your office, there's a lot of smoke.
Lots of smoke.
It's crazy. So anyways, where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire is SDFatLoss.com.
And look, it's not about regretting the choices you've made before SDFatLoss.com, right? Like, we had a lot of fun. We can admit that fully. But it's about understanding the privilege that SDFatLoss.com gave us, which was losing 35 plus pounds each within 2 months' time. They can do that exact same thing for you. If you've thought about this for a long time and you're ready to pull the trigger, now is the time to do so. If you mention Big Rich, TD, and Fletch when you sign up, you are going to save $200 off the program. SDFatLoss.com is where you got to go. Look, the 3 of us were hopeless. We really were. I know I was, if I speak personally about it. Like, when I stepped on the scale and saw the number 278 pop up, I was honestly a little shocked and astonished. I didn't know it was possible that I had gained that much weight since my 220 that I was in college. Well, with the help of SDFatLoss.com, I'm down in the 230s now. Every morning when I wake up, I feel much, much better than I was when I was at my heaviest. And it's like getting back to the old you. You can do that as well. SDFatLoss.com is where you go to sign up. Start changing your life, man. It works in a big way. And it works without injecting random stuff into your body. It works without eating pre-planned meals. It's just good, old-fashioned, healthy dieting. Taught to you by SDFatLoss.com. Go give Wayne and Chloe a call. Tell them Big Rich, TD, and Fletch sent you. Save $200 coming up next. More Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Whammy.
Win yourself $1,000.
Ooh, you have come to the right
Yeah, I was
place,
gonna
my
say
guy.
you are asking the right guy there, buddy. Who was that, by the way? Do we have a name?
Pause. James.
James, using the talkback mic there on the free iHeartRadio app. If you want to leave us a message on the talkback mic, just while you're listening on the free iHeartRadio app, tap that little red button there, and you can leave up to a 30-second message. And if you want to leave more than a 30-second message, then tap the talkback mic again and leave an additional message. But great question.
So,
Great
James,
question.
First of all, there's tons of places inside Snapdragon Stadium that have awesome food and drinks. There's a whole Cutwater bar there. Even our friends over at Long Ball have a little area in Snapdragon Stadium.
They got a Hodad's.
Yeah, they got everything. A Crack Shack, Hodad's, taco stand. They got everything you could want inside Snapdragon Stadium. But if you're looking for a spot to pregame, first of all, K&B Bistro is not that far away.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's a good call.
That's an awesome spot. That's probably 8-9 minutes. If you're looking walking distance, though, McGregor's is like a 10-minute walk from Snapdragon Stadium.
That is your go-to.
Dude, Kendall and I love it. It's right down the hill from our condo, so we can walk there, and then we hang out there for a couple hours before whatever we're going to at Snapdragon Stadium, and then we just walk it to Snapdragon Stadium. Now, we have the benefit of having a parking lot at our condominium. You're not supposed to park at McGregor's and then walk to the stadium. Like, that's a big no-no. They get really mad.
You might get towed.
You probably will get towed. But if you Uber to McGregor's and then walk to the game and then walk back to McGregor's after to get a little post-game drink, then you can Uber away from there. That is what I would recommend.
Look at that. You've done it.
However, K&B Bistro is really close.
Full circle.
And K&B Bistro has awesome food.
K&B Bistro really does have awesome food. And if you're looking just to get set up here as we're heading towards the football season, how many days away? 51?
51 till NFL, which would mean
45?
43, 44,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
All right.
College football.
Cool. It's right around
they
the corner.
have it at goaztecs.com. I should start looking at that.
So if you want to get your house set up for some football, maybe you want to put a kegerator in there, look no further than Keg and Bottle. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. If you're looking just to stock up the fridge, Keg and Bottle will get you taken care of. If you're looking to stock the bar, Keg and Bottle, which get you taken care of. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. Now, another TD.
45 days, 16 hours, 6 minutes, 28 seconds until kickoff
I knew
between
it.
San Diego State and Texas A&M Commerce
Woo!
at Snapdragon Stadium. The Sean Lewis era begins. The Aztec fast offense for the first time.
Get me all fired up. Get me all
45
fired
days,
up.
16 hours, 6 minutes, 14
Are
seconds.
you going to be there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be at every home game this year. It's like I've been at every home Aztecs game. That honestly, I know I'm saying this like a jerk because TD asked a stupid question, but I've loved being at every Aztec game over the last 6 years, and I can't wait to go to everyone this year.
It's so much fun. And I think Snapdragon Stadium is beautiful.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. I think I was named after this guy, TD, Terrell Davis. I mean, we're nearly brothers.
You know, I've met Terrell Davis.
I have too, several times.
Nice.
He actually, so
He was wearing the gold jacket when I met him.
no way.
Yeah,
That's cool.
on Radio Row in Miami.
So I lived up in Marietta for quite some time. And while living in Marietta, my license plate had a Denver Bronco thing on it. And one of my neighbors, when I first moved into this house, one of my neighbors walked by and they're like, "Oh, Bronco fan?" I'm like, "Yeah, Bronco fan." She goes, "Oh, Terrell Davis lives up the road." And I'm like, "Okay, sure he does." Then I was inside Hollywood Video and Terrell Davis walked in. And I can't remember what movie he got.
This was 1998.
This was 2007-ish, I would say. Terrell Davis walks in. He grabs some Raisinets, and I don't know what movie he had, but because he grabbed Raisinets, I immediately grabbed Raisinets.
And now?
Yeah, now, like, we both really like Raisinets. He didn't really talk to me at Hollywood Video, but I did steal his receipt that he signed. So I took that from him. And then I actually ran into him several other times at a gas station right near our house. I went and trick-or-treated his house in full Broncos uniform. He didn't come to the door, but his wife did and made fun of me, which was cool, super cool. But Terrell Davis was on a flight with his family. Now, this is how the story goes from TD. As he was sitting there on the flight, he wanted a cup of ice. The flight attendant for his son. The flight attendant had walked past him, didn't stop and ask him if he needed anything. So he leaned back and tapped on the arm of the flight attendant to say, "Hey, can I get a cup of ice?" The flight attendant said, "Hey, you can't put your hand on me." When the flight landed, the airport police boarded the plane, handcuffed Terrell Davis.
It was the FBI.
And walked him out. The FBI walks him off the plane handcuffed. He then is, mortified. His family is scared to death. Why is dad being arrested? He's literally in handcuffs. The FBI walking him off the plane. He tells his story. Other passengers on the plane say, yes, that's the exact story. That's all that happened. The flight attendant is blowing this way out of proportion. He said he was basically assaulted by TD on the plane. Apparently, none of that happened. The flight attendant made this up, or, insanely blew this up and out of proportion. So TD now it wants some sort of repercussion done or something from the airline to try to help fix this problem. I would too. I would be the exact same way. I mean, come on. You got to be doing something for me. This, to me, is outrageous.
Free flights for life.
Free flights for life is the only way to fix this.
I would like that.
And it should also be extended to TD's friends, which I think I'm on that list.
Or just other people named TD. Which does anybody actually call Terrell Davis TD?
Yeah. I don't know. They probably do in the hallways at work because that's what they're told to do.
Because I'm pretty sure he goes by Hall of Famer Terrell Davis.
Do you have to call him Hall of Famer Terrell Davis? Do his kids have to call him that?
One of the all-time greatest running backs, Terrell Davis.
He wore gloves and they said TD on them, and I really wanted some of those gloves when I was a kid. Never got any. So
him being called
Mary,
TD though makes
Taylor,
sense.
I'm talking to you.
A lot of touchdowns.
Well, I've scored all kinds of touchdowns too. Playing Madden football. Not the new Madden though. Like old Madden. 93.
Like when they're just blocks?
Yeah. Like the original Madden 92, Madden 93. I mean, we can go toe to toe if you want to go that route.
See you next hour. Hora número tres, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by MGM Rewards. Starting off in Major League Baseball, Teoscar Hernandez wins the home run derby last night. He outlasted Bobby Witt Jr. with All-Star break festivities continuing tonight. It's going to be the All-Star game. Jurickson Profar going to be starting in left for the National League. In golf, the Open at Royal Troon in Scotland tees off this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy are the favorites in the field as they head into the final major of the year. Coming up this Thursday, pretty cool, man. Aztecs football having a free college football 25 launch event at the Novo Mission Valley, celebrating the launch of the new video game. And speaking of Aztecs football, we are 45 days, 15 hours, 54 minutes, and 28 seconds away from kickoff of day one. Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at the Bellagio, and Sandy Beach living at Mandalay Beach. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit mgmrewards.com for details.
It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on San Diego Sports 760.
What's AJ Preller going to do? I mean, what do you see here, Fletch? You see him pulling the trigger and making some big moves? You think they're going to let him cash some big checks?
With the front office, it could hamstring him a little bit and say, look, man, we don't want you touching what's left of this farm system to add to a team that might not make the playoffs and a team that you might not be involved with in the future.
From the past of seeing what AJ Preller has done and what he's been allowed to do, I do think they allow him to add pieces to this team.
Now, here are the guys.
Here are the guys, two of the three guys, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Rich out on vacation for the week. Fletch and myself hanging out here. I heard San Diego. What was that?
I don't know.
What?
Drop it.
Did the DJ guy just command me to drop it? Like it's hot? Like it's real hot. Yeah, so Rich out. What you got? What you pointing this way?
The music stopped really abruptly,
It did.
but we got an email from Sherry at the front desk.
Okay, yeah.
Good morning, guys. Happy terrific Tuesday.
Okay.
You have a beer delivery at the front desk. The guy came by yesterday as I was leaving.
Thank you. Oh, is it Budweiser
I'm
Scott?
gonna guess it was Budweiser Scott.
Okay.
Scott, again, not required,
No, not at all.
but we love you,
We,
pal.
absolutely, we do. Yeah, we definitely do. And thank you. We'll run up there during the break to find out what exactly was dropped off, so we can chat about that. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Meanwhile, a little bit of news here before we talk about what we still have left to give away. Joe Bryant, Kobe's dad, has passed away at the age of 69. I guess he had a massive stroke recently, and looks like he has succumbed to the aftermath of that. Kind of sad.
Now, very sad, first of all.
Mhm.
I do know that Kobe and his parents did not have a great relationship.
Yeah.
It was really when he started dating Vanessa Bryant, there's been trouble ever since. I know
Right.
that the
just
parents,
like you now with Kendall wanting the beard, Mama Fletch not wanting the beard. Mama Fletch wants to see that beard gone. Yeah, I know. John Fink in studio here. John Fink proudly wears a beard as well.
Yes. In fact, I got rid of my beard at
Hated
Fletch's urging.
whoa, what?
What?
Yes.
Wait, it was
never.
Fletch's fault?
He did. I showed him a picture on my driver's license. He's like, you should get rid of the beard. You're really handsome without it. I was like,
False.
Are you kidding me,
False
Fletch?
news. Fake news.
no, this is a
I
real
never
thing.
said get rid of the beard. In fact, the day you came back without a beard, I said you need to grow this thing back as quickly as possible.
Listen, I remember what I was told by you, Ben Fletcher.
Doesn't sound like me.
Sounds,
That sounds like Ben Fletcher.
it does,
Yeah,
right?
that
It
sounds like Ben
yeah.
Fletcher. And I mean, we blame you entirely. Luckily, you rebuilt.
Yeah, you're like a chia
I
pet,
am
man.
what you call swarthy.
What-
So the beard took about 2 weeks to just kind of.
What-
I'm a regular, Play-Doh fun factory over here.
It worked. It happened.
Thank
You know what else happened was the home run derby last night, and the first Dodger player ever to win it, Teoscar Hernandez, got the $1 million check, which is kind of a bummer.
I know. Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers. Wait, you hawk tooed it?
I hawk it.
Yeah.
In the bad way, not the good way.
No, yeah, it was a bad
Now,
hawk toot.
I actually thought it was a pretty good home run derby. Like it kept me in for the entire time it was on TV. At least I was doing stuff around the condo,
Yeah.
but I was watching. It was on TV the whole time. Now it is a bummer that the big names got knocked out so early, But I do think that like the whole Bobby Witt, Alec Boehm, Jose Ramirez, who put on a pretty great show,
Right.
and then the final with Teoscar Hernandez. If you're gonna pick a likable Dodger, Teoscar Hernandez is probably the one.
Yeah.
Most of them I can't stand.
Yeah.
I actually have a really hard time hating Mookie Betts because I think Mookie Betts is a fantastic baseball player, good
Right.
leader, and
Right.
it seems like he's a great guy in the community as well. Teoscar Hernandez also, like, it's hard not to get a little choked up when his wife is waiting for him right afterwards and
Yeah.
gives him a big hug and like, thank you for all the Gucci bags I'm gonna buy
Right.
with the $1 million. And there used to be a car awarded to the winner. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I couldn't find it because I knew that as well, but there didn't used to be $1 million.
No.
That's new, which that makes it a little more fun.
With $1
a little
million,
more, yeah.
you could buy a car.
You could buy a decent ride.
You
I'd
could
say.
buy like
a
15
Cybertruck.
cars.
I'll tell you what I would do is I would go to North County Cadillac GMC and I would immediately get a new GMC Sierra or maybe a Cadillac or a Yukon or one of the GMC Hummers. Oh, the all-electric GMC Hummer. Man, located in the heart of the Escondido Auto Mall. That one was for free.
Who should they talk to?
Well, go see my best friend Jamie.
Jamie the GM?
Jamie the GM. He will take care of you there at North County Cadillac GMC. I promise you that.
Those new Sierras do look pretty dope.
The new Sierras are awesome.
Like, if
That
there
is
was one thing to pull me away from my Tacoma,
What? Be a new Sierra?
might have to think about it.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the new Sierras are rad. Go take one for a spin. Go take one for a spin.
Who
But
should I talk to?
my best friend Jamie, he'll take care of you there. I mean, he's got incredible savings right now on the new GMC Sierra 1500.
You know, TD, while we're at it, let's just say talkback Mike a million times because we do have a new talkback
We
on the
You
talkback
guys have a
mic.
talkback function over
yeah,
here?
we have a talkback mic. Right. Yeah, the talkback mic on the free iHeartRadio app.
Does John Fink not know about the
People
talkback
should
mic?
take it. I just figured it was over at Kogo in the news station.
Oh,
we
no,
didn't
no,
know
no.
it was with you guys
No,
too.
yeah, we all
You guys
of
have a
iHeart.
talkback here?
The talkback mic. The
A
talkback
talkback
mic.
mic. Oh, I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
The talkback mic. We do have a talkback mic. Should we see who left a message on the talkback mic? Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The swamp ass guys are almost what we called this show.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very
Swamp ass
close.
with the ball and a good ball,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Joe Moon there leaving us a talkback on the talkback mic. We appreciate you, Joe Moon. You are a national treasure. You are correct. I do hate the fact that you start the morning sweaty.
You know
Right.
the secret to that?
What's
You
what's
air dry when you get out of the shower.
air dry? Like
Do not
don't use a
towel off.
towel?
This is correct. You squeegee off with a hand. You leave some moisture on the body. It wicks the heat off of your body easier.
What if you showered in rubbing alcohol?
That might be a little spicy on the old pits and bits.
But I mean, you would dry off quickly.
Oh, this is also very
Right.
true.
Yeah. And it would be very cooling. Very cooling.
I don't know if I believe you, John
What?
Fink.
Yeah. You're
Test it
gonna
and
try
find
it?
out.
It
You-
feels like staying wet would make for more humid and make me more wet.
Right.
And I
Yeah,
am a
mean,
sweater.
Here's
man.
my problem is I wake up so late trying to get here on
Oh,
time
yeah.
that the time it would take for me to drip dry.
The other one is
I don't have.
you can use those mint body washes, like a good Dr. Bronner's peppermint body wash.
I've never seen such a thing.
San Diego company.
Oh.
EB.
EB on the talkback mic.
Hey.
Fourth voice of the show, Aaron Bauman, on your way to why'd you go to Los Angeles?
I don't know.
Why
What
would
is
anybody
going
wanna go
on?
there?
Yeah, what turn around, EB.
Yeah.
You're going the wrong way. Man, oh man. Before the home run derby, there was a national anthem that was sung.
Sure was.
Yeah, John Fink, do you know what's her name again? Ingrid.
Ingrid.
Why did I don't have it written
John Fink,
down.
is this in your four corners?
It's not,
Mm.
but I have heard it three
Ing-
times now this morning, and my God,
Ingrid Andress.
yes.
Yeah, do you have a taste there, Fletch?
Oh,
Let's get it. Let's get the sampler platter.
oh boy.
Hang on.
Mm.
Where'd it go?
Oh,
It's gone. We were comparing
yeah.
between her and Fergie Ferg
And Roseanne.
and
No, they
Roseanne.
took it off that article.
Well, I think Roseanne
what?
kind of did it bad on purpose. This
Yeah,
one's-
that was our argument as well.
Yeah, she had like you could tell Ingrid was like gasping for air between.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bring it home. Come on.
Where's she going with that? No.
Ingrid Andress, everybody.
That's a bold move to go.
Grammy.
Oh.
Yeah, a note trill when you already know you're struggling is a bold move.
Yeah, it definitely is.
If I was Randy Jackson, I'd have some things to say. It was a little pitchy dog.
It was a little pitchy.
Now,
It's a
what's
little pitchy
cool
dog.
about the Texas crowd, because this was in Arlington, is that when she does hit the star, like when she says star, everyone shouts out star.
Oh, is that what was happening?
Lone Star State.
Got it.
And
Got
that's
it.
a
Got it.
Texas tradition.
I didn't understand what happened at
So
that
even
moment.
though the national anthem is being butchered, and I don't use that word lightly, they still stand up.
Who's worse, Ingrid or Fergie?
Ingrid.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fergie.
Carl Weathers might have the argument.
Carl Weathers is pretty
really
bad. It's pretty
Oh, I never
bad.
heard
But Carl Weathers is pretty bad. Roseanne on Purpose, which I think is now a different category.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
Totally.
but that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that hurt me.
Yeah. Are you bringing up Carl right now?
No.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
that's
You know why?
What? Because Oh, it's halftime.
Oh,
It's time. TD, you know what the horns mean. We are 51 days away from the NFL, 45 away from college. What do you got for us?
Well, what I got is we'll start, I guess, with the home run derby. The final pairing came down to Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. and Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. And Teoscar Hernandez got the trophy and the $1 million. The coolest name at the derby, easily, Gunnar Henderson, did not make it out of the first round. It was very, very sad. Very sad. You just heard Grammy-nominated Ingrid Andress rendition of the national anthem ahead of yesterday's festivities. It's had some pretty harsh criticism, people calling it one of the worst renditions ever. I think we just voted it the worst. Wow, solid.
Seconded.
Nicely done. First time ever sung in cursive there, the national anthem. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game takes place tonight out in Arlington. Padres Jurickson Profar, he's going to be starting out in left field. 5 o'clock start time there. In the NBA, former NBA player Joe Bryant, father of the late Kobe Bryant, has passed away. He was 69 years old. And free agent guard Cameron Payne has a new home. Just a short trip away from his old home out in Philadelphia. Payne has agreed to a 1-year, $3.1 million deal with the Knicks. And in the NFL, Boomer Esiason still ramping up those rumors that Devontae Adams could be leaving the Raiders. He's saying, I'm hearing if it's going to happen, it's going to be somewhere late August, early September. And in the WNBA,
WNBA?
nothing, no games.
Oh,
Nothing. It's quiet. Oh, there it is.
all right.
Bring it on.
It's
we do
time.
it. Yeah, we do it every single Tuesday here. We bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the beard, some people call him, unless you're Ben Fletcher and want him to shave it, Mr. John Fink.
Yes, friends, scouring the globe to find the stories you didn't know you needed to know. From the Four Corners News Desk, I'm John Fink. We're going to start off in the nation of Colombia, where they're having a major problem. They've got too much cocaine.
It's Amazon Prime Day.
It is Amazon Prime Day. This does read like an article that was written by a cartel going, hey, you know what you should do? Tell them we have too much cocaine.
We're slashing prices.
Slashing prices and slashing the jungle. This is a confluence between two things that are happening in the country right now. They found a very efficient way to fertilize the cocoa leaf.
Okay.
Because it comes from the cocoa leaf.
Right.
And so the villages pick the cocoa leaves, then they treat the cocoa leaf with gasoline and a number of other chemicals.
Really?
Yeah, that's how cocaine is made.
With gasoline?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
So then they make a cocaine paste, a cocoa paste, and then it's just now starting to stack up all around the country because they're cracking down on drug traffickers at the same time. So they have this excess of supply and nobody to buy it.
And I would imagine cocaine very expensive with gasoline upwards of $5 a gallon.
This is very true.
Yeah.
They
If they
ship it
use
right
gas.
down from California.
It almost sounds like cocaine's bad for you.
Now, listen, I don't want to editorialize here, Ben, but I have heard rumors to that effect.
Well, I mean, anything's bad for you. And
Yeah, I mean, even water is
you want-
toxic if you drink enough
you
of
drink
it.
too
So,
much,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So you definitely want your cocaine in moderation.
Yes, I mean,
Right.
even your moderation should be in moderation, I say.
Good. That's good. That's
Thank
good
you.
on you.
Thank you
Very
so much.
Nicely done.
Thank
Outside
you.
of Columbia, what else we got?
Well, we have science news inspired by the Dune series of movies. Scientists are now creating a still suit, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a suit that transforms your liquid waste into drinkable water.
That means
Oh,
pee-pee.
God.
It also is, yes, that is pee-pee.
Wait, so like you pee in the suit and then you just drink the pee?
Well, no, it's just not like a 7-Eleven straw that goes
Yes.
around in a big circle.
Well, yeah, because honestly, I
Yeah.
thought catheter into a camelback, which then that-
Catheter into a camelback was my college nickname too, by the way.
Well, you're not too far off, by the way. It is.
It
It's
is.
like the suit is its own filtration system.
It is.
So
It's
it
a
all goes
purification
back
system.
around into a camelback. And
Yes.
then
I
you
was
gotta watch
talking-
these movies, TD. They're awesome.
Yeah,
Dune?
you've never seen the Dune movies?
And once I got the popcorn bucket, I was out. I was
You
out
could-
on the movies. Yeah.
Interested,
Yeah.
no longer interested.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Exactly
All fair
right.
enough.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. I was talking with my brother about this yesterday, and he said, well, there is a, law of diminishing returns, though. If you keep drinking and processing this, eventually you may have nothing left, or at least you're just, drinking something akin to like yellow mustard.
Good God.
Everybody's making
Good
faces
God.
in the newsroom here. I'm just
God. Oh,
nasty.
oh, jeez.
All right, let's go to Japan next.
Is it just real quick?
Oh,
is
yes.
it diminishing return because every time I process, I mean, I would have
We
to
don't need to go
absorb
further.
something.
We don't need to go further.
So I mean, drinking a gallon of water, I would
Yes.
only release maybe a half gallon of water.
This is true because your body needs it for functions.
Right.
Now the suit
And
also
then the suit
processes
processes
sweat.
right. It also processes sweat.
Good
So it's
God.
not a 1-to-1 ratio here.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at me in the mirror. I would make the worst cup of tea. It would be disgusting.
Just
I could
be
see you as like an
monster.
Earl Grey.
It would- yeah,
Yeah, like an Earl Grey.
an Earl Grey.
A little morning thunder there.
Okay, sorry, I digress.
TV with the morning
Yeah.
thunder, everybody. Good morning.
What else we got?
Also in Japan, we have a gubernatorial election in Tokyo starting up here. One of the candidates making some waves by shedding more than just light on her policies during her televised campaign speech as she addressed the nation. Apologies for the pronunciation. Uchino Airi took campaign theatrics to a whole new level when she started stripping during the broadcast.
Atta girl.
Yep.
Yep.
She
done.
She also asked viewers if they thought she was sexy and invited them to add her on a messaging app, promising to respond to all of them.
Good. She has won 100% of the male vote.
I would assume so.
Oh, well, maybe not. I mean, depends.
Well-
if you vote with your wife, he thinks it's disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also, because my wife is listening,
That's
think
right,
that's
that's right.
disgusting. How dare she? She did deliver the rest of her speech in a nude-colored tube top.
Okay.
It's
All right.
summer,
You know what?
it's tube top season.
That is very true. That is very true. And listen, if you want to spice up election season,
I mean,
nude elections,
have you
Please, God,
seen
no.
Naked
what-
Attraction?
You don't want to. You
No?
don't want to see our current candidate field nude, Fletch.
No.
No.
Listen,
So judgy. This
yeah,
guy.
right. No kidding. No kidding. I
So-
mean,
so ashamed.
no one would be talking about cognitive tests. I can tell you that.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Oh, can't say that on the
kaboom!
air. Oh,
Wow.
man. Yeah, that had a lot to do with roosters.
Yes.
We got one more.
Yes, one more. And I know normally I lead with our finish the whole broadcast with a funny joke. This story stands on its own. We're going to go to Columbus, Ohio, where a man was charged with breaking and entering and vandalism in several stores in a strip mall around there. According to Columbus police, officers responded to reports of the break-in of a local restaurant and a pet store. Later on, they found the perpetrator asleep on a park bench wearing a leopard print onesie. And upon inspection, they found 4 gerbils in his onesie.
Of course.
John Fink, when a member of the show's on vacation, you don't need to read stories about them.
What?
Oh, listen, I'm just trying to fill the seat.
Does Rich Ornberger have a leopard onesie?
Would it surprise you if he did?
That would not surprise
Would
me
it
at all.
surprise you if he put the leopard onesie on? You're like, why does that look cool on him?
Nope. That sounds like it's par
I feel
for
like
the
if
course.
I had a leopard onesie, it would just like come up to my elbow.
Oh, that's true.
Right,
That's true. Yeah, you're a big individual.
Yes, I am 6'10". So
God, it sounds like he made that up. He did not.
no, it's
You did
true.
not.
It's anyway.
Listen, gerbils.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 31-year-old. And just to make sure we know his name, no joke, is Matthew Pancake.
Nicely done.
Not Rich Ornberger?
Nicely
No,
done.
I'm sorry to disappoint everyone.
Nicely done. Matthew Pancake, of course, you had the gerbils. John Fink from our Four Corners News Desk. We appreciate you. Everything you do here every single week, finding us the stories we didn't know we needed to know from the four corners of the earth.
Thank you for having me.
Man, I thought you were going to go one direction with it, and you did. And speaking of one direction, Niall Horan tickets. We have those to give
Wow.
away. Yeah, he's
That's
going
a
to be
segue.
at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on July 30th. Deets and seats, Ticketmaster.com. That's where you got to go. If you want to win them, be caller number 6 at 828 877 767 4760. More of this nonsense coming up next.
This update is presented by the Del Mar Racetrack. We will start off with Aztecs football, which is 45 days, 15 hours, 28 minutes, and 16 seconds away, by the way. And coming up this Thursday, Aztecs football, they're having a free college football 25 launch event at Novo in Mission Valley to celebrate the launch of the new video game. Check it out at goaztecs.com. Looks like it's going to be awesome. Starting off, or over in Major League Baseball, Teoscar Hernandez becomes the first Dodger to win the home run derby. He outlisted Bobby Witt Jr. All-Star break festivities will continue tonight with the All-Star game. Jerks and Profar are going to be starting in left field for the National League. And in golf, the Open at Royal Troon in Scotland tees off this Thursday. Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are the favorites as the field heads into the final major of the year. Welcome back, summer, and there's no better place to celebrate than Del Mar. Caesar Sportsbook presents opening day this Saturday, July 20th, and it's sure to be a sellout, but opening weekend continues on Sunday with Del Mar Beer Fest, sponsored by Pizza Port for ages 21 and up. Get out to the Del Mar racetracks. Going to be an awesome time.
I dig this one. Right here. What are we listening to right now? What's this little ditty called?
Shakedown.
It is a shakedown. It is a shakedown. Did we have a winner for the Niall Horan tickets?
We did. Crap. Hang on. What was his name?
You already forgot. It's been minutes.
I know. Nathan,
right on. Nathan, going to go see Niall Horan at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater July 30th. Ticketmaster.com if you want to buy tickets. Man, I hope Nathan has a daughter. She's going to freak. Nicely done.
I did found a misinformation today on the show.
Oh, yeah?
And I've been called out on it.
Okay.
So I'll just play the talk back.
Look, there you go. That was fountain misinformation. Shakedown continues here. Big Rich TD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Hey, now we know. All right. Dallas Stars, by the way, at least at one point, I don't know if they still are, were a pretty fun watch. Their Dallas Stars were rolling. It was cool. My camera.
I thought you were frozen for a second, then I realized it was just still on John Fink.
Yeah.
There's
me.
Face.
Everywhere I go, there I am. John Fink was in here earlier when the Four Corners News Desk. He joins us every single Tuesday. Had some doozies today. Apparently, the price of cocaine skyrocketing, or it's being slashed. Which one is it?
I don't know.
They have too much cocaine.
Sounds like it's bad Colombia. For you, though. I just won't try it.
I would. You won't try it, or you want to try it?
Not.
Yeah, no. I would say stay away from that.
Never done it. Never really had the urge to do it. I don't know that I've ever seen it.
I would say to all those things. Yeah, the same. I don't think I've ever even seen it somewhere. Yeah, it's cool.
I'm trying to think. Like, I went to college for 4 years. Is it possible that I never once saw it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I did not go to college for 4 years. Do you know who Bad Barbie is?
Bad Baby?
Oh, is it Bad Baby?
Like BAHD?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
It's Bad Baby?
She did one of those Sunday conversations with the Caleb guy from Barstool.
Oh, she's the Cash Me Outside?
I don't know.
She's the Cash Me Outside girl. I don't know I don't know any song from Bad Baby. I would not know who that is. But apparently she's made $57 million on OnlyFans, and she has the receipts to prove it. How? How do you make $57 million?
So the more I think about the OnlyFans thing, right? And the
you want to join?
Well, Big Rich TD and Flesh. We already have the name. We already have everything. But no, what I'm thinking about, CD, and you tell me if I'm totally off on this.
Okay.
So a lot of people, and not just girls, a lot of guys too, are making an enormous, ridiculous amount on OnlyFans. Like, you see the numbers come out and they're jaw-dropping.
Right.
That also means the U.S. government is making so much money in the porn industry.
Does the U.S. government? I guess so. Yeah, because you're being paid. Yeah, you're being paid taxes here. I just meant as far as because it's not a U.S. based company. It's in the UK.
But you still have to pay taxes on the income.
You would pay your income tax here, but OnlyFans, I would think, like as far as a business tax, because it's overseas, would not be paying it. You would be paying it because you get 1099, I guess.
Right. But that's what I always think about, like with the lottery. Like, okay, so say it is one of those ridiculous jackpots, right, in the lottery, and it is like over $1 billion. The U.S. government is making as much as you are.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's insane to me. $57 million just seems incredible because I don't feel like OnlyFans has been around that long. So, I mean, you're making tens of millions a year on OnlyFans? God, that's a lot of subscribers.
We missed the boat, bro.
Is there any Olympic event that you're excited for more than others? Beach volleyball. Yeah, I know. You sent the beach volleyball, which we were apparently rooting for Spain.
I don't know if she's actually in the Olympics, but
but you have a new favorite.
She is a beach volleyball player. No, actually, like beach volleyball itself is a cool ass sport to watch, and not just like that, you nasties, but because it is like fun and competitive and intense, and it is a fun sport to watch. I also, when the Summer Olympics come along, all of a sudden become a water polo fan because that is like one of the most vicious sports in the world. And my sister used to play, so I kind of grew up around water polo. But watching it in the Olympics, it's like I don't understand how these people get out of the pool alive. Because they're being held underwater for so long in some cases. The beach volleyball, water polo, Team USA basketball, I've been watching their exhibition games. They don't look that good. Like they might get beat this year, which is unacceptable.
That would be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing.
See, breakdancing will probably I'll turn it on to see what it is.
Yeah. I'm in on the breakdancing. I like, if you scroll through the Olympics website and you're looking at the different I guess the little pictures they use, like for boxing, they have a little boxing guy. For breakdancing, it's like some dude with his legs in the air.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen the beach volleyball court that's been set up in Paris?
No. Is it cool?
The backdrop of the beach volleyball court is the Eiffel Tower. So they've gone and built like a new beach volleyball stadium
in front of the Eiffel Tower.
So yeah, it like right down the center. If you were to stand on this side of the center court line and then looking this direction, the Eiffel Tower splits center court directly.
Gosh,
like it's gonna be beautiful.
That's cool.
I think Paris sets up for some really cool scenic shots. I don't know what golf course they're gonna be playing on for the golf, but Olympic golf has become very, very fun since they added it back in.
That's awesome.
Xander won it a couple years ago, San Diego boy, or 4 years ago, I guess. He's back in the field this year, so we'll see.
Are you into archery or anything?
Clips, yes.
Yeah.
Like they are very cool.
Yeah, I like that. I dig those. Now, does the time change turn you off of the Olympics?
It probably does. Now, you saw that like AI Al Michaels is going to be doing recaps every morning.
Yeah, which it's kind of dumb.
Why can't real Al Michaels do it?
Or someone else. Just have somebody else do it. Yeah, but why couldn't you just, if you're replaying it? Well, I guess Al Michaels isn't calling everything.
Yeah, but
so it'd be Al Michaels on every event.
Right, and it's like a highlight package afterwards, like they do on at the end of Sunday football, like the end of Red Zone, or before Sunday night football, maybe Monday night football. Boomer gets up and he does the recap of the entire week with all his whoops. I think that's what Al Michaels is going to be doing. Well, AI Al Michaels is going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm indifferent on it. I don't know if I'm out per se. I just think it's kind of dumb. But you know what? I'm interested, actually. I'm interested to see how close it is. If I could say, oh, that's definitely a robot talking to me, because I bet you I can't. It's probably going to be pretty dialed in.
I just don't understand why it's not real Al Michaels doing it.
When these Olympics are overseas like this, which, I mean, most of them are, it's a little bit of a bummer to already know the outcome of an event.
Now, we get the Olympics back here soon, don't we?
Now we have the 2028 Olympics are in LA.
Yeah. And the World Cup is coming here for you soccer people.
Yeah. Football.
And guess what? Team USA is in the World Cup.
Because we're the host country.
Bingo, baby.
Yeah. Listen, we will take it. No problem. I got no problem with that. The Olympics coming to 2024 LA.
2028.
2028 LA. I saw the equestrian part of that is going to be in Temecula.
Like the horsies?
Yeah. So out at Galway Downs in Temecula, because it's a massive facility there for the horses to, they do their jumping and, all that area. because it's so large, they can't put it at the facility in Los Angeles, so it'll be in Temecula.
That's cool. And speaking of horses, Del Mar racetrack opens up this weekend.
Oh, is it?
Opening day this Saturday.
Opening day's this Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was a little different this year. They didn't do opening day on a Wednesday. They did it on a Saturday.
Let's see. I just did the read for this.
Are we gonna go and wear big hats?
I would like to. Yeah. There's no better place to celebrate than Del Mar. Caesar Sportsbook presents opening day this Saturday, July 20th. That is this Saturday.
That is this Saturday.
Sure to be a sellout, but opening weekend continues on Sunday with Del Mar Beer Fest, sponsored by Pizza Port for ages 21 and up. Pizza Port's good beer, man.
Yeah, it is good beer and good pizza. Yeah, I like
Very
Pizza
good
Port
pizza.
a lot. Now, the opening day I've never been to at the track.
Me neither.
It'll always look so busy.
It looks very fancy too. I don't know that you and I fit in with the fancy crowd. Rich could fit in with the fancy crowd.
Well, he's got linen pants now.
Yeah.
Linen. He could probably go in linen pants and his flip flops.
And like everyone would just say, "Yep,
Yeah, that's
good
cool.
to go."
Yeah, that works. Now, if you put on a fancy shirt though with the beard, Angela Fletcher might not think you need to take it off.
See, but I had the beard and I was wearing a suit at a wedding I was recently at that my mom was also at.
And she didn't like
She
that.
still doesn't like the beard.
Maybe she just wants to see her baby boy back.
I don't want to be a baby boy anymore.
But listen,
I'm a man.
if wifey can, you are man, and I mean possibly soon.
No, I'm not a father.
Be a dad.
I'm a dog dad.
Yeah, but
Super proud of that.
but possibly.
Nope.
I mean, just
100%,
months.
unequivocally, nope.
You can't really say 100%. I don't know if you can. I can say with 100% certainty that we have Luke Bryan tickets we're going to be giving away here. He's going to be playing August 8th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater out in Chula Vista. Deets and seats, Ticketmaster.com. But if you would like to shake it, and I mean shake it for Luke Bryan, then let's be caller number 5. And let's do this so people listening on the stream also have a shot here. Call number 5 to 877-767-4760 in 2.5 minutes, which would make 8:46 on the dot. That's when you dial in. If you are caller number 5, you will go see Luke Bryan. Bottom of the barrel coming up next. No shame in our game. We will pay you to listen, and we will pay you $1,000 to listen. All you have to do is listen for that keyword. When you hear a keyword, take it over to sportssd.com, enter it there for your shot at $1,000. Your next chance coming up in 14 minutes at 9 o'clock. Bigger City and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Rich out on vacation for a few more days while Fletch and I will hold things down. We are giving away a bunch of tickets, and we just gave away Luke Bryan tickets. Was it Matt that won?
Thomas. And really, I believe his son Cole was the big winner. Cole,
I come up with Matt.
I don't know. Cole on his way to summer camp was the guy that gave me his dad's phone number. Cole, you're a badass. Love you, buddy.
Nicely done.
Camp today.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Go enjoy. His dad will enjoy shaking it. Oh, his dad's going to take his mom. And then Luke Bryan will command her to shake it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Tight-knit family there. As we are rolling towards the end of this thing here on a Tuesday, we do this every single day. Bottom of the barrel. Stories we couldn't quite get to for the rest of the day as we talked Padres, we talked All-Star Game, we talked national anthems. I guess, voted now the worst national anthem ever, Ingrid Andress, who not only Grammy nominated, but apparently won 4 Grammys.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I can't confirm that. That's what I was told in the hallway, and I thought they won. She won 4 Grammys. Are you checking her Grammy count? Yeah, I don't even know any of the songs. I tried to go to the
4 nominations, 0 wins.
4 nominations,
fake news, whatever you
0
got.
wins. Okay, yeah, what's fake news? So
Let's
Grammy
see what her
nominated.
most famous song is.
Her number 1 hit.
Wishful Drinking.
Yeah, I listened to that. I don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. I was a little lost, and I wish I could find out who was singing the national anthem tonight at the All-Star game. And
maybe they had her set up to do both.
And then they're like, never mind.
Nope.
Yeah, we're gonna do a recorded version.
What they should honestly do is have some sort of military presence for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Like that always works best for me, at least. Like unless it's Chris Stapleton out there with his guitar. Like that was badass. That was awesome. But if you were to have like either a marching band from the military or a singer from the military, like somebody out there, you're in Texas, dude. Come on.
Bruno Mars?
No. Even though
Post Malone. Post Malone in Texas.
Post Malone would be great.
Post Malone in Texas and do like a 20-minute rendition.
Yeah.
And it does like a medley of Post Malone and then comes back to national anthem. That would be actually kind of cool. It would be actually kind of cool. The All-Star game, like I said, tonight, the home run derby was last night. It felt long to me, but I get it. I mean, I don't really want there to be less people involved. A field of 8 feels right to me. The amount of pitches they get feels right to me. But because they take so many timeouts and there's so much time in between the next batter, it just felt a little lengthy. I mean, it was nearly 3 hours long.
Let me ask you this: would you feel differently if one of the Padres players was in it?
Probably not, except for the amount of time for that Padre player to come up to bat.
Yeah.
From round 1 to round 2 was like an hour and 40 minutes.
Well, okay, so the first guy was Alec Boehm, right? He led
Right.
the whole thing off.
Right.
From the time he finished his first round, and then he went last in round 2. So from the time he finished his first round to the time his second round began was an hour and 45 minutes. But everybody else was obviously a lot closer together. It was just he had the best first round, so he was the last one to go in round 2.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. So, okay. So he went first round, last second round. It was an hour and 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all I know is it got to about the 2 hour mark. And I went, feeling a little lengthy right now.
Yeah, I kept watching because I had Prize Picks going and I was winning a lot.
And
last
you went
night.
less
Under.
on everything.
Less than on everything.
Okay. Gotcha. And it worked out.
It worked out beautifully.
Man, oh man, almost every single batter that got up before they took their timeout at a minute and a half in, they were only hitting 3 or 4 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to take that timeout, and then all of a sudden they'd come back, and the winners were putting 10 up on the board at that point. And the bonus round, which I don't know if it's a bonus round anymore, really. It becomes a bonus round if you hit one farther than 425 feet, you get one of the strikes taken away.
Now, I'm looking at bottom of the barrel here. These are stories that you've put in.
That's correct.
Elon Musk insists he's an alien as he urges public to think about it for a second.
That is correct.
That's a
yes.
headline.
That is correct. Elon Musk is basically saying, how do you know he's not an alien? How does he know he's not an alien?
How do we all know that we're not aliens?
That's basically what he's saying. This is the quote. I am an alien. Yes, I keep telling people I'm an alien, but nobody believes me because he feels like he's not quite human, even though he was born here. He was born a human being. He doesn't feel human. And then how do you go back and say, no, they're actually completely human?
So is the thought process here that humans populated Earth by some earlier civilization?
That is, yes.
And then we all got wiped out, but there were a few left over that sent us all the way back to the Stone Age. And now our current civilization is branched off of the original people who found Earth as a resource for a dying civilization elsewhere in the universe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be one of the takes, or it was just aliens, I guess, help populate the Earth.
Oh, they planted us here.
Correct. And so now if you were thinking about abductions,
They're going to harvest us.
that's essentially yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so we are just here now. I don't know. They haven't harvested very many. If aliens planted us here
as far
tens
as you know.
of thousands of years ago,
They just haven't harvested anybody you know.
well, I would think you would
Maybe
see
we're not ripe yet.
You'd see a population dip. Well, there'd be a lot of. Maybe we're just not to form yet.
Maybe they're
with
waiting for that
evolution.
avocado to have a little bit of give when you grab it off the stand.
That's right. You have to pop the top off and see if it's brown.
We're
but
still too tight.
Who do we thank today?
We thank John Fink, veteran newsman on the Four Corners News Desk. We thank all the roadies, the dogs, the hangers, the bangers. We thank Thomas, Nathan, and I believe Sean. Sorry about that last one. That was early in the show.
Yes, it was.
For winning the tickets. We got tons more tickets to give away tomorrow.
Yep, we'll do it all again tomorrow. Meanwhile, Colin Coward and the Herd coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow.